and welcome to the Past Play Gaming Podcast. This is a reflection on every video game story ever. My name is Matthew.
And I'm Ben.
And today, Ben, is our Christmas episode-ish. I mean, not our actual Christmas episode. That was our last episode. But, it's our Christmas theme.
This is our, Christmas theme. This one actually has to do with Christmas. Kind of, I guess. It's
yeah, not really.
Yeah, they touch on it.
I mean, what game does have to do with Christmas?
I'm going to get back to you by the end of the episode on that.
Okay.
But yeah, we're doing Batman. Is Batman in the subtitle? I don't know. We're doing Arkham Origins. Let's go.
Yeah, I believe Batman is in the subtitle. Yeah, we are. We're doing Arkham Origins. It's sort of the outsider of the Batman Arkham franchise or whatever.
People love to not like this game.
Yeah.
For some reason, people just,
Yeah. So, okay, my general headline review of this game, which is what this section is for, is basically it's more Arkham. It's not better.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really. The reason people hate it is because it didn't improve really much. It's just more. If you've ever played a game and been like, man, I wish there was more of that. This is that game. This is the game for you.
But it's weird because it's not like more in the sense that it's a DLC or anything. This game
it's a full game.
This game feels like a spin-off, and I mean, I'm correct in saying that because it essentially is. It's not mainline Arkham game. You got Asylum, you got City, you got Night. This was made by WB Montreal.
Yeah.
As opposed to Rocksteady, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's I don't know. People hate this game for some reason, and I don't really understand why. Going back and playing it, it's story's really good. Performances are really good. We'll touch on the performances because, you could have critiques of that, though, I guess.
Yeah.
What else? Gameplay, fine. This game does one of the things I hate most about video games, though, and it's the thing where, I don't know if it's a common trope, but you look so much cooler in this one than you do in Arkham Asylum. You look so garbage in Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum Batman is the ugliest Batman ever. I hate him. Whereas you look pretty cool in this one. And it's this is set before that, and I hate that sort of stuff.
It's interesting that you say that because they sort of said that they wanted his suit to look like it was sort of cobbled together.
I was going to say, I remember that, but that's absolutely not correct because it doesn't look like that at all. He has I noticed he has metal-ish plating on his boots. They're kind of more of an armory thing as opposed to his typical sort of get-up. But yeah, I think this game is pretty good for what it's worth.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't think there's any glaring problems with it, apart from the fact that it doesn't really advance the franchise, but it wasn't intended to advance the franchise. It was basically Rocksteady said, we want to make another game, but we don't have time, so here's our homework, you copy that, and just put one in that's slightly different.
Yeah.
Don't do anything too crazy, because we're doing all the crazy stuff in our next game that we're currently working on.
Did this come out? This came out after City, but before Night. Yeah. Okay.
So Rocksteady. This is basically my history section starting right now, even though it's not the history section. Rocksteady were as soon as they finished Arkham Knight, they wanted to start working on. As soon as they finished Arkham City, they wanted to start working on Arkham Knight, and they basically were like, "Yeah, it's going to take us too long. We sort of want to release another game in between. So, here, WB Montreal, please do this for us. Make a game." To fill in time.
Does anything in this game factor in? Is this game necessary at all?
It's not necessary.
It kind of play. Yeah, I know. It kind of people in this game show back up in Arkham Knight, but very there's no need for it. I'm thinking, is this spoilers? I don't know. I'm thinking the Deathstroke fight. One of the worst fights
that's referenced.
in the world. In Night. In this game, it is
Deathstroke in Arkham Knight's the
best. if not
Yeah.
the like this is the best.
This is the
fight
best
ever.
one in this game,
Yeah.
definitely.
What else? I think Firefly shows up again. Is he in City or is he in?
He's in Night, but like I don't think it really like
No,
it doesn't
he
matter
just-
that you fought him in this.
No. I'm trying to think what else.
Apparently, it's
know.
reference stuff's within its reference, but it's not like it's necessary that you needed to know this stuff. Like,
Yeah. I think the backbone of this game is like character relationships, like Batman and Alfred, Batman and Joker, Batman and Gordon, Batman and anyone really, I guess,
Yeah.
which makes sense. But this isn't a bad game, but like you said, it's just more Arkham. It's not inherently bad. It's not inherently good. It's just Arkham, which is fine.
Yeah, following up on the relationship thing, it's like that's sort of the idea is if it contributes anything to the franchise, it's that it gives you like a bit of a look at the sort of newer Batman who's a bit inexperienced and doesn't really know what he's doing as much emotionally, like
Batman is an
especially him and
arsehole in
Alfred.
this game. Batman is an absolute dick in this game. Like to Alfred particularly, he's just a dick. Like
Yeah. So again, I'll steal another. The history section is going to be really short because I'm talking about it right now again. So they actually initially when they made the game, they had the idea that because Batman was inexperienced, sometimes when you threw a batarang, it would miss. And also you would just trip over randomly when running. I was like, I mean, I don't think an inexperienced Batman would just trip over randomly while running. Like, I don't trip over randomly while running.
People would hate this game.
But yeah, they thought it would be too annoying, which, fair play, it would be too annoying. I get the batarang one, like, okay, throwing a batarang's hard, but running, not necessarily that hard.
Yeah, if you were a Batman that's just clumsy as hell, like your batarangs miss, you trip over when you run, like your punches don't land or what, like no one is gonna like this game. You have to still make it a good game. No one wants to play as crap Batman. I think the thing people don't understand about the Arkham games too is that they're just rhythm games. They're just rhythm games with like a good skin on them. Like, and you can play this game as like a button masher technically, but
on the easier difficulties you can definitely.
Yeah, but the game really is like just all about combat feels so good in the Arkham games. There are a few games that match the combat of Arkham. Like, it's so much fun. This game's great. I've changed.
This game
I've
is
already
literally
changed
just a series of predator rooms and a series of like open areas where there's a bunch of goons that you have to punch.
Yeah,
like that's with a story like to give you a reason to go to these places.
Yeah,
that's about all there is to it.
I mean, that's every Arkham game though, except for Night. Where
that's
Night was like, wow, now you got a Batmobile, and then they shoved that down your throat. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm on the fence about the Batmobile, but that's not in this game.
I
so
tolerate it to an extent, but we're not talking about Arkham Knight. We're talking about Origins.
Yeah. I think that's like all we need to say about.
I think that's
impressions.
a good. Best.
I have a whole speech, but I don't think I'm gonna it's not about this game specifically, so I think I'll save it for another time.
Wait, what's it about?
It's sort of about superhero games, but it's about like games as a service. I feel like you could make a superhero. Well, I'll give you the elevator pitch, which is that I think that you could make a superhero games as a service, whereas you make a Batman game, but it just keeps going. You just keep bringing out more little missions for it, and not all of them have to be like super crazy good. It's like
you mean
just
Avengers? Marvel's
living
Avengers?
the life of Batman. Yeah, no, but that's like generic missions.
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling a story for Batman like a comic would, right? You bring out stories,
I could respect that.
comic stories, episode by episode of like the Batman's thing, and then you don't have to go through this thing where, on one night in the year, 75 villains decide to enact their master plan.
These always take place over one night too. Like Batman Batman is like Santa Claus, really. You know, nothing happens the whole year, and it's just flat out one night. He's like, holy crap.
Everything happens. Like, Arkham Knight, there's no way you could finish that game in real time in an actual night cycle of real life. Like, it's impossible.
If you did a speed run of the story, maybe. There's almost definitely a story speed run. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Everything else is canon for that night.
You do all the side missions, which is like in Arkham Knight. There's like 25 watchtowers, 30 checkpoints. Like,
cut that.
yeah, I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this it's good. I think that's my initial thoughts. It's good.
Yeah, that was.
I don't hate.
Yeah, so
playing it again.
I had that pitch, but I'll pitch it more one day.
Yeah,
that's the general pitch.
I was gonna say, I think you could do it. I think it's a good idea in concept, but in terms of like companies trying to make money, companies actually caring about a game, you know.
Yeah. It's just like it's people. Everyone's doing games as service for multiplayer. I just feel like you could do single player games as service.
Oh, you absolutely could, but
people don't. Yeah. And I think that superhero Batman comic book style fits perfectly right for that sort of setup.
Yeah, because you
and then you could go into famous stories if you wanted to. Like you could do famous Batman stories from the comics as well, and do some original stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea, but anyway, initial thoughts. That's
initial thoughts.
I think good on us.
So, yep. We're going to take a quick break here, listen to a trailer. Well, we are. You probably are, because that's what I'm putting in. And I'll make you listen to a trailer, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about history. So, see you then.
This city has a problem. Some freak who thinks he's a hero. Luckily, there ain't a problem in the world that can't be solved with a little bit of money. Tonight, we all win. One of you walks away with $50 million. And the rest, well, we get rid of the Batman.
Where's Black Mask?
Let me go! If you insist. Nice of you to drop in.
Hello and welcome back to the Past Play Gaming Podcast. It's Batman Arkham Origins time, which is our Christmas episode because it's set on Christmas Eve.
We're recording this the 17th? I don't remember what date it is.
Is that today?
I think so. Anyway, we're doing it now. It's like a week out from Christmas. Nearly.
Christmas.
Anyway, history.
Yeah, it's history section. Here we are. I've got to bring up my little notes on my computer. Here we go. History section. I haven't got much on this one, so I didn't even do my little starting Wikipedia where I copy the Wikipedia stuff. That's alright, I got it just here on my computer. Here we go. Batman Arkham Origins is a 2013 action-adventure game developed by WB Montreal and published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. Yeah, this is on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I guess. God damn. Okay.
It is a follow-up to the 2011 video game Batman Arkham City and is the third main installment in the Batman Arkham series.
Mm-hmm.
The game's main storyline is set 5 years before 2009's Arkham Asylum. Now, I saw a fact about that, like, in universe, it apparently is actually set 8 years because of like some sort of timeline thing.
Oh yeah,
they say it's set 5 years before, but it actually turns out to be 8 years.
Yeah.
I think that's probably something to do with the fact that they say how long Batman's been going or something, because this is supposed to be like Batman Year 2 was their concept.
Yeah.
Not Year 1, but Year 2.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So as I already mentioned in the previous section, Rocksteady after that needed more time to work on... They basically worked on Arkham Knight for 4 straight years. So they started that immediately as they released Arkham City in 2011. And then they thought, well, we probably should bring out something in between. So they let WB Montreal do Arkham Knight. Not Arkham Knight, sorry. I've got that written down. Arkham Origins, which is the game we're talking about. And I think WB Montreal they did like a Wii port or something for Arkham City. So they sort of like got a little bit... They knew something about like what was going on. From what I understand, Rocksteady consulted on the gameplay and like technical stuff, but the story was all done by WB themselves as well.
Okay, it's a good story. I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, I have issues with the story.
There is one
major one.
I don't have any,
which is technically the crucial point of the plot. But
okay, yeah, okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think so. I have only one. There's one bit in this game where I'm like, oh, you bastard. Like, just the stupidest bit, and I hate it. But it might be justified. We'll get there when we get there.
Okay, we'll come to it.
Yeah.
I probably won't remember if it's justified. I'll skip to voice actors now, because my next dot point is that Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, the famous voice acting duo of Batman and Joker, were not present for this game because they wanted younger voice actors, and maybe also because they were both working on Arkham's Knight as well, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But probably the younger thing. I mean, Kevin Conroy does sound like an old Batman, like a wise Batman.
Yeah, whereas
Hamill, I think... So, Troy Baker basically tries to do Hamill in this anyway.
I think he does a fantastic impression. I think it's really good.
And he does a good Joker, yeah. The first time I played this, I didn't know about Troy Baker, so I didn't really notice it.
Yeah.
So
playing it again though,
playing it this time,
it's Troy Baker.
Yeah, the first time you hear him talk, you're like, yeah. We're not gonna. I know, so there's things about Troy Baker that obviously we're not going to talk about now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But while we're talking about him, he's been in everything that's ever come out. He was Joel in The Last of Us. He was Bruce Banner in Avengers. He was Booker DeWitt in Bioshock Infinite. He was Pagan Min in Far Cry 4. He was Delson Rowe, which is the protagonist of infamous Second Son. He was ironically Batman in the Telltale Batman games.
Oh yeah.
He was Nathan Drake's brother in Uncharted 4. He was also, ironically, Robin and Two-Face in Arkham City.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. And I guess in Arkham Knight as well, because Tim Drake Robin's in Arkham Knight as well. So, yeah, there you go. And I didn't put any other voice actors down. I mean, they're the two that sorry. I did put Batman's voice actor down, which is Roger Craig Smith,
I thought it was Roger
who
Craig
I didn't really know about.
What has he done? Because I know the name.
I've got 2 that he's done. The first one is Chris Redfield.
Oh, no.
From the Resident Evil games.
Oh, no, dude.
Which we didn't talk about him because... I don't know if... Yeah, I guess he was in that first one. I think he was. We didn't talk about him because I think I didn't do history section.
He voices Sonic.
Is that in Robots in Disguise or Transformers something? Because he was in that.
Oh, no.
He was in Transformers something.
Yeah. We've talked...
Oh, Sonic. Yeah. He's Sonic in a bunch of stuff.
Before. I don't know what game...
Have we?
Yeah, we've absolutely... Because he's in regular show as well. We've touched on him before.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember it, but...
I don't know.
He was in a Transformers thing. I thought that was the first thing you were going to bring up.
No, because I don't know what voice he did.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at his own name, but anyway.
He also was Kyle Crane, who is the protagonist of Dying Light, which we've played some.
Oh, we've played, the beginning about 100 times.
Yeah. So, there you go. Okay, those are the only 2 voice actors I put down. I mean, there are other voice actors. Nolan North's in this game as Penguin. They didn't change him out because I guess Penguin's always old.
Who voices Gordon?
Oh, don't ask me that.
I am going to look that up because
it
weighed on my mind forever.
I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking about this great addition to the game, which is multiplayer. Let's go.
Oh no!
Arkham Origins multiplayer.
That's right.
The multiplayer was developed separately by Splash Damage.
What else have they done?
God, I didn't look that up. I do remember the stuff. They're all over stuff, though. They're in a lot of things. I don't remember what they did, but they're in. I think they're doing something now, soon, that's coming up. Anyway.
Oh,
but yeah,
I freaking
the multiplayer.
I got more voice actors. But Steve Blum voices Loose Lips, which
he's barely in it, but yeah.
But yeah, Steve Blum is again one of the more noticeable voice actors. He also does Electrocutioner. Who voices? Where's Gordon?
Anyway, I'll talk more about the multiplayer while you're doing that. The multiplayer is like, it's trying to be, I think there's like 3 teams. There's 2 teams of goons who are fighting each other, but also there's like a Batman and Robin team that are trying to like take them out silently, like Predator style. And by that I mean Batman Predator style, not like the Predator style. I'm sure that carried across. Yeah, it just doesn't really work. We played it a couple of times, right? It's just a bit weird.
I remember once we played it.
It's hard to make a game balanced while also having Batman feel like he's Batman.
Yeah. We played it once. We made friends with Cats and Pancakes, who I still have added on Xbox to this day.
Yep. Yeah, I probably never
talked to him
I probably
again.
told him because I forgot about it.
Never talked to him, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Have you got more, or should I move on?
No one else noticeable. Oh, notable.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
One of the interesting changes is for this game they consulted with I forgot his name. One of the guy that created Batman.
Maurice LaMarche does Mr. Freeze.
Is it Johns? Jeff Johns? Is that someone?
Jeff Johns is someone, yeah.
Yeah. They consulted with him about changing Copperhead to be a female because they mentioned that in the game as well, like during the plot.
Yeah.
That like all the information says that she's supposed to be male. And so he was cool with that, and then they actually changed her to female when they did the New 52 after this.
Okay.
So, that's something that Arkham Origins was the first to change her, and then they changed her in the comics. Interesting. Also, they needed 3 motion capture actors to do her stuff because they had a regular stunt person, they had a circus performer, and a martial artist as well that all to do her stuff. So there you go. Because she is like a contortionist type. Yeah, ninja chick basically.
That sequence is really good. I think the first time I played the game, that was like the one boss fight I kind of had trouble with for some reason. I don't know. I just remember the boss fight.
Yeah, it's a weird boss fight. It is just like beating on a bunch of clones. Which they used that somewhere. They used that in Arkham. They used that already in Arkham City when you fought when you had to do the trial of the whatever with Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. God, I forgot he was in that.
So
I should replay
there's some more derivative stuff.
Yeah,
I replayed them all last year. So except for this one, I've played this one now. So there you go. Now I've played them all this year. Well, technically, it was this year, right? It was the end of the year.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So I've only got a couple more points. The use of Black Mask as the villain was seen as an appropriate villain for this stage of Batman's career. Now, if you know about the spoilers, there's things to be said about that. But it was because he's sort of a transitional villain from the conventional,
grounded
I'm a crime boss,
super
thug
villain?
dude, to I'm a roided up crazy person with magic powers or whatever. Each of the assassins, the 8 assassins, let's see if I can list them. Deathstroke, Deadshot, Copperhead, Shiva, Killer Croc, Firefly, Running Short Bane, and Electrocutioner. There you go, got all 8. They were each chosen to both thematically for obviously the Penguin doesn't need the money, so he's not going to go after a bounty, sort of thing like that. They were chosen for people that would be going after the bounty, but also people that would be able to make use of the mechanics. So each boss battle is sort of supposed to be like highlight a different strategy within the mechanics of the game, like a different way you can do stuff. And the inspiration for that was...
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Sort of. I mean, I didn't really... It didn't come across me heaps, but that's what they said. Sort of like the inspiration for that was the Mr. Freeze fight in Arkham City.
Yes.
Where you have to take him down multiple times, but you can't use the same strategy more than once. He'll, like, counter it.
I will stand by the fact that Mr. Freeze is, and you'll debate this, Mr. Freeze is the best Batman villain. Because you actually give a crap about him, and he actually has a motive.
I guess he's not. I don't even think Mr. Freeze is. I think we didn't talk about
We've
this. We've
absolutely talked about this
podcast
for some reason.
This is when we talked about the Riddler in Batman Telltale, because the Riddler's my favorite villain.
Why did we talk about that?
One of the person, the voice actor, was in one of the games we played.
Sure.
Yeah, because remember I started a whole segment by just saying the Riddler dies and not even introducing the segment. Mr. Freeze is like almost not a villain. Like he's quite sympathetic in Arkham Knight. There's a DLC where I don't think he even is the villain. He's like your friend, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got one more point, which is the detective. Something they added in this game was the ability to like reconstruct crime scenes in detective mode.
I remember that was like their sort of, like that was their big. They're like, well, you can do this in this game, and I remember like one of the trailers. Do you remember the trailer they had where like the helicopter crashes into the building or whatever?
Yeah, the helicopter crash is a big part. It's actually part of the Deadshot side mission, I believe. The helicopter crash.
I think so.
But yeah, it's like where you can see things in like 3D AR type stuff, and then rewind it, and then find like different clues.
It's like you see a bullet casing, and you're like, "Ooh, that must have ricocheted from here." And it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's great.
I have some issues with it because I find it too easy. But they also said that the point of it was not to be too hard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I also like wish that. So, like, say for example, where there's ones where you have to like track objects, like, oh, where did this piece go? And then you like fast forward, and the line, even if you're not looking at it, you could look like out the window, and just behind you, the line would draw of exactly where that thing went. Like, I wish you actually yourself had to actually track the thing.
The trouble is, though,
give the thing an icon to say this is the thing, and then you slowly scrub through and you follow it.
You have to factor in how stupid people are. Like,
you don't even have to pay attention to where it is. You just go, oh, I need to track this thing. Fast forward to the end, and it's like, oh, here's a line, and it goes exactly where it is. I don't know. I didn't like that. I wanted it to be slightly harder, like actually be a bit of a challenge to look through stuff. It's really just like point and hold A simulator.
Yeah.
The detective mode thing.
Cyberpunk came out recently. I think it does something similar, but better. With its brain dance things. Granted, I haven't played much Cyberpunk, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that is.
This isn't a Cyberpunk podcast. We're not going to get into that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll come back to that. We might be doing... We'll talk about it later. We might be doing Cyberpunk soon.
Yeah.
Or something with Cyberpunk, probably. I think that was my last actual, like, thingo for the history.
I'm trying...
The only other thing I've got written down is the tripping over thing, which we talked about.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, personal anecdotes I can draw from. I remember, like... Did you get the statue? The statue of, like... Ooh, nearly spoiled something.
Oh, yeah. I've got the statue. I can see it right now.
Yeah.
With the pre-order. I thought you were talking about something in game, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that, and it had kind of like a, we'll get into that. I don't think it's right to talk about here. I just remember like playing this game on launch, like, I enjoyed it. On launch. I thought it was good. And it's like, the trouble is you play a game and you enjoy it, and then everyone else on the internet hates it, and you're like, oh, maybe it's not that good. and that's kind of the impression I've had of it for ages. But now replaying it, I'm like, oh, shut up. This game is actually pretty good. So
yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
I got one more note. So yeah, I've got that statue. I've also got the poster on my wall behind me of like the the like wanted poster.
Oh yeah.
Which is I love that. But I think conceptually this one was like I was really excited for this one specifically because I like the idea of like the bounty and like this array of people that are all coming after him.
Yeah.
There's an early trailer that's all like CGI.
Such a good trailer.
Where
yes, I know the one.
In the shipyard, is that you thinking of the one I'm thinking of?
Yep.
In the shipyard where like you've got Deathstroke and Deadshot both trying to get the like kill him at the same time sort of thing. And that was what like I was thinking this was going to be, and it never turned out to be that, where you're sort of fighting multiple assassins at the same time, or like, you know, you just escape one guy and then here's another one.
It's a damn shame.
They're very much compartmentalized.
Some of my favorite things in fiction are like, I don't know if bad guy team ups is the word, but like seeing villain character interactions. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Exclusion to the Rule, the Suicide Squad movie, garbage.
Huh. I'm going to talk about this now because it's not a spoiler. They at the very last thing you see in this game is a tease for the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And like there's like Deathstroke's like doing push-ups in a cell. Actually, this is a personal story that you're going to get, but no one else is going to get. So I had like a fever dream or something where Deathstroke was in the Suicide Squad movie, and then I somehow then like over time that became my memory of the movie. And one of the scenes that the scene on the boat from Justice League, that one went into the Suicide Squad movie in my head. And this scene, which was in a game of Deathstroke doing push-ups in a cell, that went into the Suicide Squad movie as well in my head. So that was where that came from.
I forgot.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why they teased the Suicide Squad in this game, because number one, it's Rocksteady's franchise and they were doing what they were doing with Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
I don't know if WB Montreal were going to make a Suicide Squad game at the time.
Point. Yeah.
But now, ironically, they're making Gotham Knights and Rocksteady are making a Suicide Squad game. But I don't think it's going to play in to this one.
There were rumors back then, because the cutscene came out and it was like, whoa, are they making a Suicide Squad game? Click here to find out. And I was like young and naive, and I was like, oh my god, I'll click here and find out. And it was just like, yeah, we don't know. So
yeah,
nothing ever like came of it. But yeah, now we're getting our Suicide Squad game, and Deathstroke isn't even in it. No. I mean, he might be in it at some point, but also, is this? I don't know how much trouble I'm going to get in here, but like now Deadshot's black, even though he's white in this game and City. And
well, but I mean, is Suicide Squad canon for the Suicide Squad game canon?
Yeah,
for
I think
the
it's
Arkham
canon.
franchise?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. No, Gotham Knights we worked out
Gotham Knights isn't canon.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
You can always have them be another Deadshot.
Yeah, but I think they're calling him.
But they've just done that because they cast Will Smith. Like.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
And is he coming back?
Will
for the
Smith?
Movie?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
he is
so.
Okay. I thought most of them weren't.
What
like
else,
obviously,
what
Margot
else
Robbie
Will Smith
is
doing YouTube.
I don't know.
And
doing that movie where he's
Spies
a clone
in
of
Disguise.
himself. Doing that movie where
Gemini
his
Man.
son's in it. Like, I mean, they're already come out. But
yep.
that's all I remember Will Smith from recently.
That'll do. This is the Will Smith podcast.
All right. Yeah, we've talked about a bunch of other stuff, so let's end this section. So we're going to be going into spoilers after this break. So if you don't want to get spoiled on the game, turn off now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we'll talk to you then.
Police and emergency services are urging Gotham residents to stay off the roads and in their homes tonight in light of the severe winter storm that Bannon Island through. You've been back for almost 2 years now. You can't expect me to believe that Gotham's most eligible bachelor is spending another Christmas alone.
You just ran out of time.
Knowing that tonight we put to rest one of Gotham's most heinous and relentless killers, Julian Gregory Day.
Commissioner Loeb, any comment on the rumor that it wasn't actually the cops who captured Mr. Day?
There is no such thing as a Batman.
Captain Gordon! Captain Gordon! Commissioner Loeb!
No further questions. No further questions.
All units, code 10 at Blackgate Prison. Communication is down. Possible to 11.
Delta 6-4 en route.
Dispatch 5-9. Confirm code 10. This is a breakout.
Suspect identified as Black Mask. Repeat, Code 10 suspect is Black Mask. Commissioner Loeb is being held captive. Repeat, Commissioner Loeb is 701.
It is Christmas Eve, sir.
Hello and welcome back to the Past Play Gaming Podcast. It's the spoilers section. We're talking about Arkham Origins because it's set on Christmas Eve. Hell yeah, I did that gimmick in the last segment.
Hold on, was there... Oh, I found a game... Oh, no, I've forgotten it. I had a game... Oh, Dead Rising 4.
Found a Christmas
Dead Rising
game?
4. It's apparently Christmassy.
Yeah, it is. I remember when we were talking about Christmas games, I talked to you about that. And you said, oh yeah, but it's not really a game we can review, which is true. It's not a game we can review. It's like a sandbox zombie murder simulator. But yes, it is also... But I wouldn't call it a Christmas game either.
Yeah.
It's a Dead Rising game that happens to be set on Christmas.
I wouldn't call this a Christmas game.
It's like, you know... You can call Elf a Christmas movie, but you can't call... I don't think there's any game that you can call a Christmas game.
I mean, there's almost... I'm not even going to say almost. There is some sort of, like, flash game where you have to rescue Santa or something. There is, with 100% certainty, some Christmas game
we
out
include
there.
flash games, I guess. All right. This is the Arkham Origins podcast.
This is the Saving Santa podcast.
All right. I'm going to bring up my notes again. I keep just looking at my waveform here as I talk. Alrighty. So you start basically by them like giving you a full wrap of everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
In this super dramatic sequence where like there's bats everywhere and Batman like walks into the Batcave like it's the coolest thing ever, even though he's been doing it for like 2 years.
To be fair though, I don't think the novelty would wear off after 2 years for me.
Yeah, I guess.
Like
he strides in like there's a camera on him, like super dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Alfred might be watching.
So on the TV, there's like. I believe there's a police like conference about how they caught Calendar Man, who's apparently like one of the most threatening villains going. I'm like, no. And then you know, Captain at this time, Gordon's like denying that there's a Batman like with a space because you know not many people call him Batman. It's like the Bat's here.
Yeah.
He's very much like still an urban legend character at this point. By the end of this, he's sort of... I guess that's another change in this story, which is by the end of this, he's very much in the open.
Well, there's like a line from Vicky Vale at one point where she's like, wow, this is the first time that the Batman has been caught on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
And that was my sort of... That's the sort of transition point where they're like, Batman confirmed.
Hashtag
so
Batman confirmed.
Yeah, Batman confirmed. So you get all that info, and then it immediately tells you like, Black Mask has escaped the Blackgate prison. And then you go there, and then just to make sure you know everything that's going on, Alfred's like, "You do know it's Christmas Eve, Bruce?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do. I'm out." And it's like, all right, there's all the plot we need. Let's start. So Black Mask has taken Commissioner Loeb hostage at the old prison.
God, I forgot they give you so much exposition in this game.
Yeah.
Do they... they don't... When do they give you the Assassin's cutscene? That's not yet, is it?
That's after this.
Okay, yeah, because that's exposition.
Yeah, this is exposition. That's exposition. So we start, you go to Blackgate, you know, you do basic fighting. The warden's there. I can't remember what his name is. He's a black guy. Oh.
Yeah, Warden Joseph. I'm going to say Joseph.
Yeah.
That's what I'll go with.
He's like super generic person that no one cares about. And then we're in spoiler section now, so
yeah.
If you were like thinking we weren't going to spoil anything till we got to it. We're spoiling everything right now. So Black Mask walks in and is immediately, obviously, Troy Baker. So if you knew Troy Baker was voicing the Joker in this game, it's like spoiled for you immediately.
I want to say that the reveal still got me when I first played it.
I didn't know about Troy Baker, so I didn't get it. So but Troy Baker doing Joker sounds like Joker, but you wouldn't be able to. I'd say you wouldn't be able to necessarily tell. You can tell a little bit at certain points that it's Troy Baker when he's doing Joker, but when he's doing Black Mask, he's just doing Troy Baker's regular voice. So you know, you can't. It's unmissable now that I know about Troy Baker. They immediately are setting up the mystery, which is like he kills Commissioner Loeb in like a gas chamber, and Loeb's sort of like, "Oh man, we're best buds. I pay you all the money or whatever. I protect you, and you pay me the money, whatever happens." And so they're immediately teasing like that it's out of character for him to kill Loeb and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get how they don't recognize that his voice is different. Unless
Joker's
just really good at doing.
Bro.
Unless Black Mask actually sounds like Troy Baker, which he doesn't though. No, he doesn't because you find Black Mask later. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how any of the goons or anyone doesn't recognize he has a different voice.
I don't know, mate. He might just have like a sore throat, or like
I guess
they're goons. They don't.
I feel like the real Black
care.
Mask sounds like he has a sore throat.
Yeah, I know.
I guess. So you. I haven't got exactly what happens, but you progress through this prison further, and it leads to you getting attacked by Killer Croc.
So the guy's getting gassed, and then something happens, and then he dies while you're like punching a window that you can't get through, which is like one-sided. And then Killer Croc bats someone into the window, and then you can dive roll through, and he's dead. And then
he's already dead. Yeah.
Do some stuff, whatever. And then eventually you find. You end up on a rooftop.
Yeah, snowy roof. You fight Killer Croc. It's a pretty basic fight. Killer Croc fights quite similarly to Bane, how Bane fights later. In terms of like he does charge moves and stuff. I think he throws stuff at you too. Anyway, he's pretty chill. And then you get like a cutscene that I'm not going to play because I'm going to play the other cutscene later.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, you keep doing what you were about to say.
Killer Croc is like. I love him in the Arkham games because he has such a progression. I don't know if he changes. Is he in City? I don't know if he's in City.
I don't think so. He's very prominent in the first one.
First one because there's that whole sewer section. And then in Night, he's so absolutely messed up. It's so good. Seeing him go from this to that is like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, he only appears in a DLC in Night, actually, as well, so...
Really?
That's one of the DLC missions, the Croc mission on the like blimp thing that's crashed.
Oh yeah.
So that wasn't on release. So he's technically only in Asylum in main series and this. But yeah, those missions now, playing that game now, you always have those missions available straight away. So he sort of just fits into the story. But yeah.
Yeah, he has some line where he's like, only boss of me is me. And I don't know why, but that has stuck with me for 7 years now. I don't know why. It's just such a throwaway.
Yeah.
What a dumb line.
No, I have some of those things at some points where you just remember something. Like, completely random, you remember something.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So he's like hanging on a fence off the edge, and you're like about laying on a fence that's like broken across the edge. And then he tells you about the assassins quickly, and then you get confronted by the police because, of course, the police hate you at this point. They don't really know you exist, but they sort of know you do exist. But they don't want to tell anyone about it because you're undermining their job. And then they want to bring you in. But you get away because you always get away. And this is where you go back to the Batcave, and you got a memory card off someone. I think off him, off Killer Croc, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Which has the details of the hit on it, I think, or something like that. And all the... Yeah. So that tells you about all the assassins. So that's exposition, so I'll play it right now.
Assassins, sir? As in more than one?
That's right.
And you heard this from the mouth of a crocodile, man?
His name is Killer Croc. He's already behind bars.
Oh, I pity his cellmate.
I don't. Let's see what else is on the drone's hard drive.
Each of them gets one of these envelopes. I need them delivered tonight.
They're all hired killers, the best in the business. Black Mask isn't messing around. Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, former military, subject of a failed medical experiment.
Failed, you say?
Garfield Linz, aka Firefly, burns on 90% of his body. His obsession is going to be his end.
How unlike anyone I know.
Here's a face I don't recognize. Copperhead. Strange. These reports reference a male, not a female.
14 escapes, huh? Well, you won't forget Nada. What the...
Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot.
Freeze!
Says here he's an expert sharpshooter.
How on earth?
Suspected of many assassinations. Dangerous, but reckless. Street tough named Lester Baczynski. Calls himself Electrocutioner.
Shocking.
Shiva. Her skill is unmatched.
For this!
Bane, here in Gotham. Why would he be taking money as a hired killer?
Is that Warden Joseph?
Must be how Black Mask got inside the prison. He uses torture for intimidation and entertainment.
8 assassins after your head. What are you going to do?
I'm going to find out who is operating this drone. Make them tell me what they know. Then I'm going to find Black Mask and put an end to this.
Okay. So yeah, we already listed them all as 8 assassins.
I don't know if I like it or I hate it that you only encounter like 5 of the assassins in the main campaign.
I want to say 6.
6? You don't encounter Shiva.
Because
and you...
Shiva is a side mission and Deadshot is a side mission. The rest, I believe, are in the main story at one point or another.
Yeah. And Killer
Right?
Croc
Well, because
barely counts.
this is the last you see of Croc.
No, he rocks up once at the end.
Does he now?
He doesn't do anything. He like... we'll get... I don't know. There's some dude pointing a sniper at you and then Killer Croc does something and like...
Oh, yeah. But you don't actually fight him or anything much. He's just there.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, so you basically knocked out one before you started.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, as I said before, I was looking to get like, you're fighting multiple assassins at once, or it's like everywhere you go, there's an assassin, and you're fighting them and they get away, and then you have to try and get them again. It's very much compartmentalized to be like, here's a mission, you encounter an assassin, you beat them, they go to jail, next mission.
I don't know. Yeah, I think if you had all of them in the campaign, it'd feel a bit bloated. Maybe.
I guess.
I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like you could do cool open world stuff, especially with some of them, especially some with say Deadshot, in Arkham Knight, they do a cool jump scare where you're just grappling up a building and Man-Bat attacks you. I was just about to say, I was waiting for that this whole game. I couldn't remember if it was in this or if it was in Night. Or even City. No, it's
in
Night.
Is it this one? I was afraid the whole time.
But I was thinking, right, you could just be wandering around and then you just get shot by Deadshot and you have to do some escape sequence or some fight sequence or something. Because, he'll hit your armor and you'll be like, okay, you're a new Batman too, so it's not like he's going to have I have the super awesome bullet that's going to get through your armor. He doesn't know what you've got. So I feel like, you could just be randomly, or you could have random encounters with them where you have to sort of fight them for a bit and then they'll run away. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, they really should have been sprinkled in more. Yeah,
it feels like you're more fighting for your life and they're hunting you rather than you're just doing a plot and eventually you'll encounter them occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the criticisms of the game was that by the end of the game, it's like the whole assassin storyline is basically forgotten and it's all about completely different stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even Even the name Arkham Origins is such a bullshit name because, like, I guess in a way, and you need brand recognition, but like there is nothing to specify the origins of Arkham Asylum until literally the credits.
The credits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, which annoys me. But
well, see, Arkham Asylum was Arkham Asylum because of the asylum, but from then, I mean, and Arkham City, I guess, was too, but I think Arkham City was more just an excuse as naming wise. Like, I think that Arkham just became the name of the franchise, not the name of the thing in the franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, in the other games, yes,
brand recognition.
Something is always related to the name.
Arkham Knight, I will pick apart until the end. I freaking hate, like, ooh, is this a spoiler? Who cares? I hate that, like, oh, I'm Jason Todd, I'm the Arkham Knight. Oh, I'm Red Hood now. I hate that. Don't make a new character. They teased him as a new character. They're like, whoa, Arkham Knight, who could it be?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're like, oh, here, have some Jason Todd cutscenes that you've never heard about before. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I think it's similar with Arkham City, like, where it's just, oh, let's
Arkham City,
we need to make the world bigger.
I can respect from an in-game view.
I can't see a real canon reason why they would lock off a portion of the city to put prisoners in.
Yeah. Like, if your crime is that bad, dude, just like...
The thing is, it's not really much of a punishment either, because they're just allowed to run free and do whatever they want in this city. Like, it's not like they're locked up.
If it gets that bad, bring back the death penalty, bro. Like, just... Yeah.
So I think it just became like, oh, we got to call it something like... And, I mean, Arkham Origins, they wanted to attach it to the whole point of this was it's like, it's a filler game that's from our brand to tide people over. So we needed to attach it to the brand to get, keep people interested.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, there's a bit of a side bit here where you're trying to find Penguin, I think, because he'll, like, it's like, if there's business dealings going on, he's going to know about it.
Yeah.
But there's a side bit here where you have to go to, like, a signal tower and they set up the Riddler storyline or Enigma. I think in this one he's just called Enigma.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm pretty sure Batman refers to him. Batman just comes up with the name Enigma on his own.
Yeah, I think Riddler's like, ooh, I'm a mystery. You'll never know what I am. And then Batman's like, like an enigma, huh? And Riddler goes, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the whole point is his name's Edward Nigma.
Yeah,
like,
but he's also called, isn't he called Eddie Nashton in some...
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. He's called Nashton in at least some continuity. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like the fact that he Batman's the one to come up with the name Enigma when the guy's name is E.Nigma, like that's got to be something he comes up with himself. When Batman doesn't even know his name.
Unless
that doesn't track for me.
He might have been. Maybe he was Eddie Nashton, and then he changed his name to Edward Nigma. As like,
you could argue that that's after this, to be fair. But anyway, this is supposed to be the first.
Yeah, Edward Nashton, who later changed his name to Edward Nigma. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. In this game, Riddler's just like a silhouette that sits in a room.
Yeah.
And taunts you vaguely. He doesn't have Riddler trophies because Arkham Origins TM. And he invented them then. And so he's like blackmailing people or something, so he has like data packets that you have to find instead of trophies. And there's like signal jammers that you have to destroy instead of cameras.
He's just a vessel for side missions. That's
yeah.
I mean, there's always
Riddler
been though, I guess.
Just side missions.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's not part of the main story anymore. After this, you can do his side missions whenever you want.
Matter.
We'll talk briefly about side missions like at the end or something.
Yeah.
In terms of not what they are. So after all that, you find about this loose lips guy that you were telling me about earlier.
Yep.
He's holding like a gun meat or something. You interrogate him. You like famously hang him upside down off the roof and then drop him into a Christmas tree, which they used in a trailer.
Did they?
Probably in a trailer I previously played.
Yeah.
So you would have heard that. Because he does the classic thing where Batman's holding him by his foot upside down. He's like, let me go. He's like, okay. It's like, why would you ever say that? It's so much of a trope now that's like, no one would ever say that
I wonder what the first case of that was. Like, Joker says it in Dark Knight, which is 2008. So that's before this.
That would be an interesting, that could be a whole YouTube channel, history of a cliche.
Yeah, okay. Stay tuned.
Let's make it. History of a cliche. Where did this thing come from, etc. All right. So he tells you to how to get to the ship. I think you do. There's more steps, but
it doesn't matter.
you get to Penguin ship.
You get to Penguin ship. Nothing happens. Nothing.
Not much happens. You get in there. He's holding illegal fights because, as I said, everything has to happen on Christmas Eve this year. Apparently, everyone just decided to execute all their plans.
People can't just have today. Night before Christmas. People can't just have a quiet night in. No.
No,
we're doing it.
Everybody's here out. It's like
Here we go.
Anarchy's planting his bombs. Everyone's trying to assassinate Batman. It's time for some fights on a ship. Let's go. So you head onto the ship. You eventually end up in the fighting arena, and this is where Electrocutioner rocks up. Now, Electrocutioner, based on I have no idea about the history of Electrocutioner. He was one of the people in this game that I didn't really know much. I didn't really know. There's so many Batman villains.
The trouble is, they've he's such a D-list villain that you're there's nothing coming of this.
Well, see, I didn't know if he was good or bad when I first played this. I was just he's a villain.
If you have a name like Electrocutioner, bro,
yeah, but
no villain has a crappy pun as their name and is A tier.
I guess
I'm open to suggestions, but I don't think any
Two-Face. That's a crappy pun, isn't it? Because he's burnt on one side.
I guess. Yeah, yeah, I guess. But it's not it's not a pun. That's more just a Electrocutioner is so much stupider.
I guess. Well, yeah, okay. Anyway, basically, what I was getting to was I didn't know anything about him, but based on his performance in this game, he's about on the level of Condiment King in terms of how dangerous he is. And Calendar Man, who, as we know, is very dangerous.
I think Calendar Man is higher tier than Condiment King, and just as an actual. Based on these games,
Calendar Man is nothing. Calendar Man says weird stuff to you in Arkham City, and this game starts and he was already caught. That's his sum total of contribution to the franchise.
Calendar Man must be bloody crying in his cell, bro. Everyone else out having fun on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and he's
yeah.
this is
surely he had his big plan planned for tomorrow, right?
Calendar Man just so upset. He's God damn it, everyone else is doing my shit.
Imagine being Calendar Man and getting caught on the 23rd,
It's prime time of the year. He's God damn it.
It's you have Christmas and then in a week it's New Year's Eve. You're hell yes, let's go. Oh, Jan, poor guy. So Electrocutioner rocks up and he's I'm going to beat you up, Batman. And you can sort of circle him for a bit, but it's the first time you try to attack, you literally knock him out with one kick.
Yep.
And he's just done. And then... I've written it. So I thought this was just comedy on Electrocutioner, but it actually happens with all the villains when they're knocked out. You're you can walk over to them and examine them, and he says Black Mask wouldn't have told him any of his plans. I'm yeah, electrocution, fair. But it basically happens with everyone that's down. It's the same with Deathstroke and stuff. He says, oh yeah, he wouldn't have known anything about what's going on. But yeah, Electrocutioner sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, nothing else. So Penguin's wow.
You keep going.
Batman. And then eventually you find Penguin.
Yeah, you keep going. You find Penguin. He's got the British chick and this other chick with him. I don't know. They're not in anything but this game.
Yeah, I don't think they have any importance.
They're hanging out.
Yeah.
I'll put in the cutscene here because there's sort of some plot and some other stuff.
Now hold on a bloody minute. I seen your act. I ain't done nothing you not done.
Black Mask put a bounty on my head. Where is he?
I don't keep tabs on every geezer with a grudge. You're not a popular bloke in this town.
You're running out of time.
Wait. Lacey Towers. There was a murder. It was supposed to be his same house. But, Black Mask, he's got problems of his own, I'd say. Someone broke in there.
It appears the game is over before it even begins.
I'm not playing games, Slade.
And so at the end of that cutscene, you're fighting Deathstroke. Basically,
I really thought, given that this game is Arkham Origins, that we would find out how Penguin got that bottle lodged in his eye, that glass bottle.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he had a bottle in his eye and all the other games.
And when the game came out, I was like, oh, surely we're gonna know. Surely nothing happens. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But also,
he has that in City, right? And he's not in Asylum, is he?
Also, no,
Or is he?
No, he's not. City's his first appearance.
Yeah.
I'm also glad they don't, because then it's like you get the Solo, a Star Wars story effect of everything you know about these people is happening in this one day. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's one plot line.
Yeah.
I mean, we already got a fair bit of that, as we said.
I know, which kind of annoys
everyone's doing their stuff.
Like, with Solo, it's like, oh, he gets his jacket, he gets his gun, he meets Chewie, he shoots first, oh, here's everything you know about Han Solo, bro, let's go, all happening within the span of 3 days. I hate that.
Yeah.
And they kind of do it here too, and I'm like, don't need it.
Is that going anywhere? This is off topic, but...
no.
You know, the end of that where they set up
Daenerys
to be against him? Is that going anywhere?
They do... it'll probably pay off. Star Wars just announced 10 new TV shows. So, probably. I don't know, dude.
Anyway, so you have to fight Deathstroke now.
Yeah.
I honestly cannot believe they blew Deathstroke off this early in the game.
But... It's so,
especially after they already blew off Killer Croc right at the start.
An hour or something in, if you're being quick.
Yeah.
This is what a way to start your game.
Out of all the villains here, except maybe Bane, Deathstroke's the main event.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Deathstroke
is... And Croc is probably second or third as well. They're the top three, and you blew two of them off in the first hour.
Yeah. This fight is the best fight in the game.
Yeah, easily.
Arguably, I would dare say the whole franchise. I mean, in terms of fun and maybe not spectacle, but what a good fight. If you can look it up on YouTube, go ahead.
It's spectacle in terms of the martial arts.
It's you feel good,
so
and a lot of it, it's just basic. Really, it's just you're not doing anything extreme. You just got to block a few times, but it's so good. Watch it on YouTube. It's so good.
So I'm a big watcher of the Arrowverse, as you know, on CW, and it's this fight is the appeal of Arrow over the appeal of the Flash, right? The Flash is all CGI fights. Arrow is actual choreographed live action combat stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what this is like. This is it's the best fight in terms of just combat moves. They're just doing martial arts stuff and punching, countering.
Yeah.
He counters a lot of your strikes, and then you have to go through counter sequences with him to get any shots off. He randomly at certain points tries to throw a barrel at you with his claw thing that he links things together.
Yeah. I mean, I think they just need that so you can then get the gadget.
Oh, yeah, that's why he has it, so that you can get it.
I have issues with it in the sense that, Batman, like Deathstroke, top tier assassin, right? How do you hire Deathstroke and Electrocutioner in the same group? Like, did you really?
Well,
did you blow your whole
I'm assuming
budget?
it's pretty much a 50 million open contract, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then like, so Batman is holding his own against Deathstroke, but then you have people like Joker try and fight Batman. It's like, nah, you're just gonna die. Like, you're just dead, dude.
I mean, is there anyone that they show to actually compete with Batman in combat without an advantage of any reason? Like, you don't actually fight Joker straight up, do you, at any point?
Towards the end, kind
like,
of.
at the very, very end, you fight him, but you just beat him up. Like, he doesn't fight back.
He tries, but it's still like...
Yeah, but, like, he
Joker
doesn't
would
get
be
any
dead.
shots in. It's not like this,
no
where it's a
human,
back and forth.
no human can withstand that amount of beatdown. Like, and the same can be said of really any goon in this game ever. Batman is responsible for so many deaths, despite his like mantra. This man has killed so many people just indirectly.
Yeah, I mean, even those giant guys, but where you hit them with like 40 gut shots in a row, like surely they'd be done. And then you like freaking DDT them on the floor as well.
Yeah.
It's freaking insane.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. Batman is out here breaking necks. Like this. First of all, this Batman is such a brutal asshole too. At one point, he says to Black Mask, like, "By my count, you still have 9 unbroken ribs," or something. And it's like, bro, calm down.
I mean, he is a bit like that though in all of them. Like, especially with the interrogation like bits where he's always like, tell me what you know, or I'll break your face. And they're like, oh my god, I'm sorry. And then he just knocks them out anyway. Like, in Arkham Knight, he does like an overhead military press and then drives them headfirst into the ground after they give him the information he wants.
Poor guys. And then it's like...
they messed up the interrogations in this game too. I didn't mention that earlier. Like, so normally when you get down to the last guy, you just press Y to interrogate. In this one, you have to actually knock them out, and then you'll get the interrogation prompt.
Okay.
So you get weird things where you knock them to the ground, and then they, like, insta-get up because you have to interrogate them.
I think every villain in the Arkham universe is just an idiot. Like, even if you're in a group of 10, these people come at Batman. Just run. Just run away. Why would you... You cannot beat him.
You gotta run, or you gotta all swing at once. Like, you can't swing in pairs or like one at a time.
You
gotta just all go for it at once.
You need a horde mentality, Batman. There's no other way to beat him.
He's beating up one guy, and then like 8 of you are crowding around, and then one guy will run up behind him and go for a punch. It's like, doesn't work.
It's just shoot him in the mouth. Just aim for the mouth.
Well, a lot of them do use guns, but they also take forever to load and fire them. Like, they're like checking the magazine twice. Like, all right, let's see. Oh, is the safety off? Oh no, I don't know. Let's shoot.
Like, in short, Batman is a killer, and that actually I will touch on that later. And then remember that whole Arkham Knight thing where he's like, my Batmobile uses rubber bullets. I was like, no.
My Batmobile has like an electric field around it, so that if I run head on into someone at full pace with boost on, they'll just get knocked out of the way completely harmlessly.
Like, no, you explain it however you want, Bruce. But there's some dead people here. Like, anyway, where'd we get up to?
So you get off him, you get the remote claw.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you beat Deathstroke, you get the remote claw. So all the gadgets in this are either exactly the same as previous games, or they're very derivative of previous games.
Yeah.
Remote claw is just line launcher, but slightly different.
Which is again one of my more hated game things. It's like the Assassin's Creed thing, right? Where you have all these cool gadgets, and then they're like, well, actually, you kind of lost them. You kind of got to start again.
I mean, this is a prequel, so you should have worse gadgets, but they didn't want to give you worse gadgets or less gadgets, so they had to make like legally different gadgets, basically.
Yeah.
That do the same thing. Because, I mean, Rocksteady pretty much had most of the good mechanic ideas down already, so they just had to copy them with different type of skins.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you get line launcher, well, you get remote claw, which, I mean, the only good thing about remote claw is, well, the number one, it's so OP in Predator because you can just hang 3 people from the roof straight up before the fight starts, before you even start taking anyone out.
It's nothing that can be done now or even going forward, but, like, you gotta put some cooldown on detective mode, right? Because you're just playing detective mode the whole time.
Well, that's sort of the point, though, detective mode. I mean, they give you jammer people every now and then to try and mess you up.
Yeah.
But, like, the point is that you're supposed to be OP, so you're supposed to know where everyone is with your sixth sense anyway.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, he's just so smart that he always knows, and
it takes a lot of, that sort of stealth out of it, I feel, when, like, you do know where
in real life,
is.
if Batman had detective mode, yeah, that's fair play. If Batman didn't have detective mode in real life, he'd jump down behind some guy and everyone would be like, oh, look, it's Batman, and then shoot him. Whereas detective mode gives you the ability to plan where they're going to be so that they don't just look at you and shoot you immediately.
Yeah, okay.
I guess. The one, actually, pet peeve about the people noticing you, right? I always thought the coolest takedown in the game is inverted takedown, where you drop down off the thing and just sweep them up. I absolutely hate how that always is a reveal takedown. Like, the guy screams and goes, "Bleh," as he, hangs from the thing, so they all notice you. It's like, if you could do that without getting spotted, that's the coolest takedown going.
I don't understand how it knocks him out.
They all get attracted over there.
I don't know. Does it knock him out? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think it knocks them out by the power of, vertigo or the blood rushing to their head.
Does bungee jumping
because
exist
they scream for a bit
in the Arkhamverse?
And they yell, "Get me down!" and then they just go limp.
Like, do people bungee jump? Or, they just do, Alright.
They just, hanging them upside down, these goons just have no integrity. They just fall, they just go unconscious. Okay, we better move on. So, next thing you do is you go, Anarchy confronts you on the way out, and he's like, I planted some bombs, but I'm a nice guy, so I won't set them off until you come over and see my guys about them. He's trying to be like an anti-hero, Anarchy. He thinks he's a good guy. So he's sort of like, each of his bombs, he gives you a chance to defuse it. Like, you go to talk to his guy, and he's like, haha, I just set the bomb off, better go over there and get it. And, you go, nah, lol, I'm going to stop it. So he's like, it's like he's testing you or something, I don't know.
Anarchy rocks up in night, doesn't he?
No.
I think he does. I think he comes back for something.
No. Are
you sure?
No. Anarchy's not in it, I'm telling you.
Does
I'm pretty sure.
Anarchy never come back again? I gotta look this
Anarchy's
up.
never comes back again. That's why I always thought that was weird. There's, in Arkham Knight, there's a line...
wasn't Anarchy... I think Anarchy made his first appearance in this game.
Like, ever? In anything?
I just remember there being something special about Anarchy in this.
They changed him from something. I read that on the when I was doing my history section. I didn't put it in, but I read it. Something, but they changed him from what he was.
Yeah. First appearance, 1989. Then what?
They changed him to be more of a cult figure than he was. I think he was more of a lone wolf type person.
Anarchy,
but he doesn't show up. But in Arkham Knight, one of the random goon things is like, man, this night's chaos. Anarchy would love this. Where is that kid? Like, something like that.
Oh, yeah? He's voiced by Matthew Mercer as well. There you go.
Yeah, okay, I know that guy.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, but this isn't the Matthew Mercer podcast.
No, we need to move on. We're going to go to the Lacey Towers thing. So you go there, Black Mask is reportedly dead or something. You reconstruct the crime scene. You find out that Black Mask was there. He sent in a clone. He fought the Joker. All this stuff. He lost. He got dragged away. Not a clone. Not a real clone, but a doppelganger person. That, I mean, you don't have to be a doppelganger. You just wear a black mask.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
You're just a person. You don't have to be a doppelganger, but you know what I mean. And then you have to go to the sewers. Oh, then you go to the GCPD. We're doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you find out about the Joker here with a text message or something.
For some reason, then that prompts you to go to the GCPD. I don't remember what the
I can't remember why you have to do that.
Hook is.
There's
doesn't
a reason
matter.
for it.
You go to GCPD. Gordon's there. Barbara Gordon is also there. She's like, wow, hey, I just want to help you because I think you're doing good stuff. Hey,
yeah, and Gordon hates you.
Remember me in a couple of years when I'm in a wheelchair and I gotta be your friend.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's your friend first, but anyway.
Yeah, that's true, yes. Yeah, she doesn't have to be your friend because she's in a wheelchair. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it sounded like you're saying.
I said that. Anyway, that Brandon guy is also here, the leader of the SWAT. For some reason, they felt the need to name him and make him an actual character that has a motive. The SWAT is crooked, and their whole plan is like, oh, we gotta kill the Batman because Black Mask said we'll get the $50 million if we do it, and we're gonna split it up, boys. You can retire on that. It's like, yeah. I guess, okay.
Every policeman in this game is assumed to be crooked unless they're Gordon or Cash. And Cash isn't even in this game. So it's like,
is Harvey Bullock crooked?
I don't know. I think he's almost crooked. He was a little bit crooked in the Gotham TV show for a while.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, that was just, okay. So after you do this, Barbara, after you leave the GCPD, you confront Gordon at one point, or he confronts you, and then you escape because you always escape. And then Barbara calls you about a side mission.
When it comes to Batman, they're glance away, not even glance. They kind of their eyes kind of shift 3 degrees slightly to the right. And Batman just legs it. They're like, what? Where'd he go?
So Barbara calls you after that, and about. I think it's the Penguin. There's a Penguin drug mission or something where you have to destroy his drug caches or something.
Yeah.
She calls you about that. So be Barbara's in the game.
Yeah.
You go to the sewers. I don't know why, but you go to the sewers. There's a lot of filler missions here to get to the next cool part.
Nothing much happens. Let's just
There's
go.
ninjas in the sewers.
We're running at,
and that's it.
How long is this
That's all I've
going
written.
for? This is our third recording because my phone has messed up twice now.
Yeah, keep an eye on that.
Yep. So
that's only in hour 13. We're good. We're going to push through though.
Okay.
All right. After you go to the sewers for whatever reason you have to go there for, you go to the bank. This is where things actually happen. So you go into the bank, and then all the big twist goes down.
Oh yeah.
Think you can just waltz into my bank, huh?
Roman, I'm here for the Joker.
The Joker? Never heard of him. How about you, dog? Know the Joker?
The who?
And you, sir? Name Joker ring a bell?
You son of a bitch! You think you can steal from me? You got away with it? You're a dead man. Dead! You just play along!
You're insane!
It's been you this whole time. You hired the assassins. You've been running Sionis' operation.
Well, technically it's my operation now. Isn't that right, boys?
You've got me. Now let her go.
Oh, life would be so simple if you were all I wanted. No, you're just a teeny little distraction compared to what I've got up my sleeve. Here, have a laugh on me. You hear that? Sounds like 8 tiny reindeer.
Alright, so this shock twist that no one saw coming, and I mean, I say that sarcastically, but I don't think I saw it coming when the game came out.
I didn't the first time.
Yeah. Black Mask is the Joker. Well, Joker is Black Mask, rather. He's been masquerading.
Well, he's the one that
as
you
him.
know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joker's the one that
The
put
other
the hit
Black
on your
Mask
head.
is still Black Mask.
Right? Joker put the hit down, didn't he?
What's that?
Did
Joker put the bounty on.
Okay.
Joker's been doing everything, basically. For a while.
Joker is like, I'm a bad guy, and then he like drives off in a truck and blows some stuff up in the bank.
Yeah.
And then there's a woman who dies.
Yeah, one of the
through
tellers.
laughing gas or
He's
something.
got laughing gas.
Yeah.
That's the only time he uses the laughing gas, right, in this game?
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like it's a, pretty big tool to keep in your utility belt. Not really use. In the
Yeah.
endgame.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway.
good point.
This
You
is
could
the
just,
bit
like,
that I hate
shoot
the most
Batman
about
with
the
some
game.
laughing gas. Yeah.
I didn't like this twist because I was quite refreshingly excited for a villain other than the Joker to be the main antagonist of this game. And then, of course, they're like, haha, lol, no, it's all about the Joker anyway.
Yeah.
Lol, 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 lol. So,
I mean,
didn't like it.
I get, same could be said
I
for
know-
Arkham Knight too, eh? Like Scarecrow's the main bad guy.
You really thought that once the
technically.
Joker was dead, he wouldn't be the main antagonist of Arkham
then
Knight,
it's
but he still
like,
is.
Yeah, Joker's still around, and Scarecrow's just kind of there doing his own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the end of that game, I don't want to talk too much about it, but you basically, the main boss fight is like fighting yourself, and the Joker
in your
the
head.
Joker within your head or whatever.
Like, enough of that.
So I wasn't keen on this.
Guess, I think I liked it from a twist perspective, but it's like,
Yeah, I guess.
absolutely looking back on it, like playing it now, you'd be like, oh, okay, absolutely, yeah, 100%, it's Joker. Like, how early do you think you can pick up on the twist? Like,
if you know Troy Baker's voice immediately,
because
I mean, they're teasing it's out of character in the very first interaction when he kills Loeb. So if you're onto it, you probably wouldn't know the whole thing, but
because Joe, he kind of, does a couple of chuckles here and there.
I guess
Black mask, and it's like,
can't say I'm that involved. I'm remembering exactly his dialogue, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is teased the whole way once you know it, but
yeah, it's a bit annoying, I guess, but it's good. It's good too because this is arguably. Oh, I don't know. City's probably better. I think there's some good relationship stuff between Batman and Joker. Like, there's some really good foundation sort of.
Oh yeah, this is
stuff.
very much foundational things. I guess the thing is that there's so much Joker lore that like most in Arkham City or Asylum, most of this is assumed before you start. Like a lot of the well, why is Joker so obsessed with Batman, etc. Like most of that's assumed from like every other Joker iteration ever.
I do love me just like a good personal Batman and Joker story though, like Killing Joke.
Yeah,
pretty good, pretty great.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I know Black Mask isn't like an A tier villain, but like, I feel like you gotta. There's like, so I'm a pro wrestling fan, as you know, and like, one of the biggest things that everyone's always that comments on wrestling is about you always need to make new stars. Like one day people are going to get bored of the Joker being on top, and you're going to look back and you're going to go, man, I wish we had have given that Black Mask kid some shine. So I feel like there's only so many times that the Joker can be the whole like main villain before people get sick of the Joker being the main villain. And when that time comes, you're going to need some other villains that you've built up slightly to actually take some of the, slack. So, I don't know.
It's like, I think the whole dynamic
in a
is
microcosm,
good.
It's fine.
The whole thing, like, wow, you're just as crazy as me, Batman. Like, I enjoy that it's not Batman. Batman's not just purely, a good person. He's messed up as shit too. But it's also like, Batman, just break your rule once, bro. Just break it once. Like, You'd save yourself so much trouble.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
I wasn't a big fan of this, especially at the time. I didn't hate it now. Like, as I said, it as a microcosm, like on its own, if you take this game as unattached to anything else, it's fine. It's a good twist.
If Arkham Origins was a standalone game,
exactly.
You didn't have Asylum and City already backing it up, in which Joker is the main antagonist in both.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love the Joker. He's like my second favorite villain behind the Riddler, but like,
I mean, Joker's good when
I just
done
wanted to
right.
see someone else like do some. I wanted this to be. I was excited for this game because it was about like the assassins assembled against you, sort of thing, and then it just became the Joker again. I don't know.
Joker's Mark Hamill Joker, Cesar Romero Joker, Jack Nicholson Joker, Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix. I'm not forgetting anyone. Great Jokers. Fantastic. Joker is a great character, but, Batman has other villains to draw from. Batman
has so many villains. Batman has more villains than anyone.
Oh, absolutely.
By far.
Batman
Maybe
has
Spider-Man,
the best...
but
I was going to say, Batman has best DC villains. Spider-Man has best Marvel villains. Far and away.
They both have, by far have the most villains to choose from.
Yeah.
And that are competent. I mean, some of them aren't serious villains, but they're all pretty useful. Like, I watched the Harley Quinn animated show.
I haven't gotten around to that yet, but yeah.
I've watched the first season's on Amazon Prime. Kite Man is low key one of the best things about that show.
I was going to say, I've heard Kite Man's really good in that. Yeah. Kite Man has a pretty good comic arc lately, I'm pretty sure. A game of jokes and riddles or something, I think it is. I don't know, but apparently Kite Man is plays a pretty important role in that.
I mean, it's a comedy show, obviously. So, most of the comedy is about the fact that Kite Man is so lame.
Stupid,
but there's so much you can do with all the Batman villains. It's it's great.
Just draw on other people. Yeah. Like you have, you have other things you could use. Use it. It's like, again, we get so off topic with everything ever.
That's why these episodes go so long.
I know, but it's like. The trouble is, people love the formula. If it works, people love it. That's why Star Wars can't move away from the goddamn Skywalkers. Because, people love the Skywalkers.
Oh my god!
Batman and Joker is the only thing.
I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I had the same problem with Star Wars. Actually, the same problem with the last Star Wars movie, which is I actually liked the ending of the second one in the new trilogy, and then they retconned it to go back to the old system.
Why it's good? Because it's different. It's good because it's damn different.
Plus, it teaches you the right lesson. Like, the lesson that anyone can be a hero no matter who their parents are, not lol jokes. Actually, you've got parents that are famous anyway.
I will 100% stand by the fact that Last Jedi is a good movie. And I'll get hate for that. I don't give a But, it's good because it tried to do something different. Skywalkers is the only thing Star Wars knows how to do. That's why Mandalorian is probably the best Star Wars thing we've gotten in forever, because it's got no damn Skywalkers in it.
Mate, Rogue One was my favourite Star Wars movie. I don't like Star Wars that much, but Rogue One was my favourite by far.
Is such a good Star Wars movie because it's just a side story. Solo is a good movie.
Yeah,
people hate Solo. I think it's great. It's just fun. I pulled it apart earlier. I don't like the fact that he does everything that Han Solo is known for in one movie, but, it's still a good movie. I'm just sick of the Skywalkers. They've had 9 movies. Give it up. Just stop it.
Yeah.
This is a whole galaxy a long time ago, brother. There's more than one family. Anyway, this isn't the Star Wars podcast.
Yeah. So the Joker was what so the lesson of that Star Wars rant was don't make the Joker the villain of every game.
Stop Jokering. Yeah.
Okay, so the Joker reveals, he escapes, all that. You have to go to then the next place is the steel mill.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember why. I think you find out he's there for some reason to go get. So you go get him.
Someone says like, "Oh, why is he at Black Mask's mill?" And then the guy's like, "Ah, this is the Joker's mill now." Like,
yeah.
and
Okay.
I think doesn't the Joker use it in later games? Isn't that like his base?
Yeah,
mill?
Joker's in Arkham City. His base is the steel mill.
Yeah. Okay.
See, when you were talking about random lines from games, the one I'll always remember is like it's one of the times you have to go there in Arkham City, and Harley Quinn comes over the radio and she's like, "All right, you bozos, you have to protect the steel mill." It's like, I don't know why I remember that, but that's like the one line I remember from Arkham City. You've got to protect the steel mill in that exact tone. All right, yeah. So you go to the steel mill, which of course is Siona's steel. Like obviously it was Black Mask's thing. Yeah, Joker's taken it over. He's put like an entire roller coaster funhouse in the mill, I think. Is this where he's done that? No, he does that in the hotel, right? Yeah. No, this is just a regular mill.
Dude is really efficient.
Dude is quick building stuff. Yeah. You're here to rescue Black Mask as well. You do that. That's where you go. That's the end of this bit.
Copperhead is here.
Yeah, this is where Copperhead poisons you as you rescue Black Mask. Yep. See, so this is the one where, number one, Copperhead's portrayed as competent in combat, but also you're poisoned, so like it's fair enough that you struggle in this fight straight up, when we were talking about Deathstroke earlier. So yeah, she poisons you, you're like almost dead, but you still beat up her and all of her fever dream clones that she has.
You get like a sample of her poison so you can make an antidote, because I
think this is where you find the stuff that you need for the glue grenade. I've probably written it somewhere anyway.
I think Alfred then says something like, "Oh, Master Wayne, I found there was this. Come back to the Batcave."
So she tells you. She teases that there's a meeting and she'll tell you where it is.
A meeting and Batman's like, "I already know. Get out of here!" And then shuts the door.
You know why? Because comedy E-list villain Electrocutioner can be tracked by his gloves.
What a useless
That's how you know where it is. Because for some reason Joker thought he should keep Electrocutioner around after he got knocked out in one kick, and invite him to this secret meeting.
He doesn't. Well, we'll get there. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Batman says for like the 10th time already this game, "Hey Alfred, ring the GCPD and leave him an anonymous tip." And Alfred's like, "What?
Yeah.
I've already done this a lot, Master Wayne. Like, I can't keep doing this."
Surely they're going to track this call eventually. Alfred's just sitting there with like 20 burners, like, call the GCPD.
He also snaps the phone. He's like, "All right, Master Wayne, I only have 3 phones left."
I'm gonna have to take a trip out to the shops, but the streets are overrun. Actually, you know what? I didn't mention that about this game. This is another quick sidebar, but this is the only game where there's not a reason why there are no civilians on the street. There just aren't any.
It's because it's Christmas. That's it.
Yeah, but people still exist.
That's the reason, bro. I think they
every other game, it's like Asylum. They're not at the city. City, they're all locked in this city area, so there's no civilians there. And then in Night, Scarecrow like threatens to blow up the city, so everyone leaves.
I'm pretty sure there's a line in this game where someone either says, "Oh, people are in lockdown for Christmas," or like, "Oh my God, it's Christmas and no one wants to come out because it's Christmas." Either way,
I know it's midnight it's like the middle of the night on Christmas Eve, but like you'd think there'd be a few more civilians around.
I don't know if it's an issue, but at one point, Alfred says to you, "Oh, Master Wayne, it's just because it's midnight. I thought I'd wish you a Merry Christmas."
Yeah.
And then like a couple of hours later, he's like, "Well, it is Christmas Eve." And you're like, "Bro, it's not. It's not Christmas." So, whatever.
Yeah. Also, considering how early in the story that is, it's like, this is a freaking long Christmas morning. Like, It went like 20 hours in my life. So it was like, it was 8 p.m. and the sun still hadn't risen.
Yeah.
Classic. And no one got up and left their house either. Just to be
Because
clear,
they're inside
everyone
with their
stayed in Christmas
presents
lockdown.
going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Christmas isn't the time you go visit family members. What are you talking about?
Christmas is all about presents, bro.
Christmas is all about locking down in your house with all your presents. All right. So yeah, you track, comedy fail villain Electrocutioner to the Gotham Royal Hotel.
Yep. This bit is kind of annoying. I don't really like this.
It's a long
bit.
sequence. We have to go up these floors, floor by floor.
You get the cutscene soon. This is one of my favorite cutscenes because it's just, again, villains doing stuff together.
Yeah, villains being villains with each other, yes. Yep. Yeah, that's a cutscene. I'll play the cutscene now. It's somewhere in this area.
Friends, assassins, welcome to our first quarterly performance review. As you can see here, Batman deaths are coming in far below projections. We are really gonna have to turn this around.
And by we, I mean you. Got that, Mr. Cutioner?
Just who the hell are you?
I'm the guy with the money.
And the gun.
So, when I hire you to kill the Batman, you shut the hell up and kill the Batman! So do you have anything else to contribute?
I didn't think so.
This fruitcake is fantastic! Anyone want a piece? All right, meeting's adjourned. Get out there and kill the bat. Move it along, big boy.
No, he's coming for you now. And when he gets here, I'm going to kill him. So you wait.
Well, this should be interesting.
Okay.
There it was.
So yeah. Yep, that was it. Joker just kills Electrocutioner because again he's the worst. He just kicks him out of window. He says one thing. I mean, it's a pretty sad meeting because because Deadshot and Shiva are only side mission villains, they're on TV screens completely no reacting to this. Because obviously if you'd already defeated them, they then wouldn't be on the screen. So it's Joker's there, Killer Croc's already been arrested, Copperhead's already been arrested, Deathstroke's gone. It's Joker, Electrocutioner, Bane, and Firefly. And that's it. So it's a pretty sad meeting.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Is that it?
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
That's everyone. It's a pretty sad meeting. And then, Electrocutioner makes one, snarky comment, and Joker kicks him out the window. And he, collapses. And then, of course, you get to steal his gloves because he is terrible and has nothing good about him except for his gloves.
Stupid as hell. You use these gloves to open doors throughout the rest of the game. What would Batman do if Electrocutioner didn't suck and was actually still alive? And he had to get through these doors.
Shock gloves also OP because they basically break the game in combat.
Oh yeah.
Because all the mechanics of you have to stun this guy or you have to jump
I'm
behind.
Where the combat is similar and you punch people with lightning fists or something, and the lightning actually arcs to different people. It was on my mind the whole time, but I cannot. I'm going to have a quick look now.
I don't know, but yeah, when you activate these gloves, because they charge up and then you activate them. It's normally you'd have to cape stun a shield person, but no, you can just straight punch them when you got the gloves on. Normally you'd have to vault behind a shock stick person, but no, you can just straight punch him when you got the gloves on. Like, when you're fighting Bane, which you fight Bane a little bit later in this area, like, when you have the gloves on, it's just like every shot counts as a stun shot, where normally you'd have to do a triple cape stun. It's like...
Yeah.
It's just OP.
I don't know what that game is.
This is where he's like... On like a double floor of the hotel, he set up an entire fun house, including like a roller coaster, a bunch of like
smashes
traps.
It out instantly. Like,
it's like, how did he even know you were coming? He came for a meeting. Like,
if Batman,
he just wanted to meet these
Batman
guys.
Didn't know where the Joker was for this meeting, he would very quickly find it.
Yeah,
like,
I know. For context, this is the first time the Joker's met Batman ever. And he immediately knows that he's going to be, like, right onto him in the next place he goes and sets up, like, an entire thing.
I'd imagine Joker's done some research if he's willing to, like, give 50 mil away. Like, dude can bankroll.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, at that point, it's like, if you have that much money, why are you still a criminal, bro? Just, like, retire.
Yeah.
Just give it up.
Well, ask Black Mask that, I guess. Yeah. The actual Black Mask. Or Penguin,
were you in the party last night when Hayden was talking about, like, Conor McGregor? It's like,
yeah.
Bro, if you're getting money...
Jake Paul or whatever. Or
it's like, you'd still... Yeah, he was like, Conor McGregor and Jake Paul should fight. It's like, think about the money. It's like, he already has enough money, bro. Just give it up. Like, you don't need more. But yeah, anyway.
This is where you get...
Jake Paul podcast.
Yeah. This is where you get, like, videoed by the thing. It's actually cool because there's a sequence where you are playing and fighting while on the chopper cam of them filming you. It's short, but, like...
Have we already gone through the funhouse bit at this point?
I think so, because that happens after he has those bombs set up.
Yeah, to save the hostages.
He has the bombs set up, I believe, for New Year's Eve, and you defuse it, and then it goes off almost immediately. So really, that's on you, Batman.
Joker says some line about like, oh, now I have to kill the architect. And then the guy's like, no, boss, no, please. And then it cuts out. It's like, oh, I think you did a pretty good job considering.
Considering how much time he had. So this is like almost feels like it could be the end of the game when you do this bit. So you fight Bane.
But then so much happens after this.
Gets blown off the roof.
Yes.
You dive down and save him. And he's like,
this really should be the end. Yeah, you fight Bane. Bane gets away, gets in a helicopter, shoots an RPG at the building, which
you throw a tracker on it, which is the only reason you know that the game's going to continue.
I mean, sequel. It's possible.
Yeah, I guess. Side mission.
Yeah.
Wrap up side mission.
Anyway, you toss it on. Bane shoots the RPG. Joker, like, accepts death and goes hurtling off the building. And you're like, I'm an idiot. So you dive after him. And get him. And then bounce on about 100 different things on the way down. And then absolutely smack yourself on something at the ground. Batman would be dead at this point. Even Joker would be dead at this point. Doesn't matter, apparently.
Yeah, you're fine. It's not like you were using a cape to break your fall. You were just falling at full speed.
Land. Yeah. Two guys hold you at gunpoint.
Joker's confused by that.
Joker kills the guys. He's like, oh, why would you save me? I'm the one trying to kill you. And then you're like, yeah, you know. And then cops rock up, led by Brandon, the master SWAT bloke. And then
there's still like half the game to go. We need to step this up.
They glance away, you get away and you badge it. You go back to the thing.
Yeah.
Alfred,
now here, I don't remember. This is a weird bit that I didn't think needed to be in this game. Joker and Harley. Or Harley at this point.
I appreciate this bit.
I liked it, but I didn't think it... I thought that she was going to literally become Harley Quinn, like, in the next 5 seconds. I was like, really? It took one day.
I think they very strongly hint towards it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I thought it. But then she doesn't actually become Harley by the end.
How absolutely desperate is this woman for attention?
Yeah.
Anyway, you go through this whole Joker bit, and he's like, oh, have you ever felt what it's like to be happy? Or something.
Yeah. Oh, there's one bit at the end. So there's heaps to this. So the first bit is you're fighting and you're Joker, but you're wearing the red hood for some reason.
Yeah. That's like that's a Killing Joke thing. maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
There's a whole bit where you're like running and there's like demon Batmans around and like stuff, and Joker's narrating all this to Harley.
We kind of touched on this the other day, like in passing, but yeah, I think
we did.
I think the reason Red Hood, as in Jason Todd, takes up the moniker is because Joker used to be Red Hood and Joker brainwashed Jason Todd or something. I'm probably absolutely off base with all that, but I think that's like some sort of reason.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, you keep going. And then I've written Batman Crime Alley sequence. I think there's a bit... Oh, that's after this. So there's a bit at the end of this, which I'll probably play this part, which is like where he's just explained a bunch of stuff. And this is literally their first meeting. It's been 5 minutes. And he starts explaining like, oh, have you ever had this person that like, and he's talking about Batman.
I feel adrift, floating, like someone's pulled the stopper on my reality, and I'm sucked down the drain into something new. It's all very exciting, really. You wouldn't know what that feels like, I'm sure.
I might. Can you tell me more about how this person makes you feel?
It's like meeting someone I can actually relate to. Which, believe me, dear, I've never felt before. You understand? You're someone who's not afraid to let go and fall. Free falling, and I didn't pack a chute. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I figured you would.
So, may I ask, who is this person?
Oh, someone very, very special. But whose real name I don't even know yet.
My name's Harleen. Harleen Quinzel.
What a pretty name. Do your friends call you Harley?
Oh, I don't have a lot of friends.
Well, Harley, you got one now.
And like something about... Yeah, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but you would have just heard it.
He says something, he says like...
And he says...
I don't even know this person's name. And she's like, oh,
I don't even know their name.
And he's like, what?
And she says, oh, my name's Harleen. And he's like... He sort of plays it off like it is her, but obviously it's Batman, because you're watching it.
Yeah.
Like, you're watching him like fight Demon Batman while this is happening.
The hell sort of dumbass psychiatrist is she?
How did she get a psychiatry degree? It's like the first crazy person that shows an interest in her, and she's like, all right, I'm in.
Yep.
All in.
I'll do it.
And then I think you're playing as Batman during this Crime Alley bit.
Yeah, he's having a flashback about like how many people he's let die or something. And he sees like what's his name, Loeb, and he sees Laughing Gas Chick, and he sees I don't know, a bunch of other people. He's like, damn, I'm a failure or something.
And then my next dot point just says Alfred abuses Bruce. He just goes to town on him here for some reason. He's just... I can't remember exactly why, but he's just
you can honestly probably play this cutscene because I think it's a good one. It's like...
Yeah, okay. Batman, I just played the Harley one, but yeah, I'll play that too.
Batman's like...
Master Bruce, stop! Master Bruce.
What are you...
Bruce, I will not in good conscience allow you to go. You're outmatched by these assassins.
What?
You're not some hardened vigilante. You're a young man with a trust fund and too much anger. You're in over your head, and I don't want this to be your end.
Alfred, who do you see when you look at me? The boy whose shoes you used to tie every morning? The teenager you drove to his first date? While you are here every night, I am out there. The only thing between the innocent and the predator.
Be.
No, not may be. I am. When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. That is why they hired assassins, because I am the reason the criminals breathe easier when the sun rises. So no, Alfred, I am not in over my head. Tonight will not be my end, but it will be theirs.
Oh, I'm the reason that the villains sleep easier in the day or something. And then Alfred's like, you're a dickhead. Like, you're a wanker, Master Bruce.
Yeah, he just absolutely wrecks Batman and, like, shuts him down. And Batman's like, I hate you, I'm leaving. Yeah. Basically.
Batman's such a dick in this game. I hate it.
Yeah. This is actually a bit of a trope that I'll get to when we get to the second part of the trope that completes it. You have to go to the GCPD, you're tracking Bane. So Joker's locked up in Blackgate, right? It's still the same night, as we all know. He's locked. It's still the same night. So he will be locked up for approximately like 2 hours, and then he escapes again.
Yep. Dude works quick and organizes things real quick.
Yeah, he does. He's a fast mover, this guy.
Also, why are there so many criminals? Like,
yeah, this is what I mean.
What is wrong with the moral compass of everyone in Gotham? Like,
is it like every time? Well, maybe that's the explanation, mate. Maybe the reason that there are no civilians outside is because everyone's a criminal.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. There's so many bad guys, like, and
like I didn't realize that when like people go to bed at night, the criminals just roam the streets like in gangs, fighting each other, like committing crimes all day.
It's like it's like Purge night every night, bro. Like,
yeah, exactly. In Gotham. I don't even know why everyone bothered leaving when Scarecrow threatened the city. It's just like business as usual.
Metropolis is across the water, just having a jolly time, and Gotham's just...
Yeah.
Alright, where are we? GCPD.
I hate this bit, right? You have to go find... You find that the track is in the GCPD. You literally go through all this tunnel system that you've been through before, get there, and then you're like, alright, now I have to go somewhere else. I have no idea why we had to do that. It was just a complete waste of time.
You go to the morgue?
Yeah, you go to the morgue, you rock up in the morgue, and you're like, oh, here's this guy that's dead. It's not Bane. Don't know why the tracker was here. See ya. And then leave. I don't get it.
I don't know.
And then you immediately have to go somewhere else. So you go to like some underground bit where Bane's base is, and basically the summary of this is that you find out that Bane knows Batman's identity for some reason, somehow.
Because he's smart. Bane's meant to be a master tactician. Like,
at this point, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit less. Unlike in Arkham City, where he's like, hey, Batman, let's destroy these cases of Titan. You destroy half, and I'll totally destroy my half. And he's like, you're not going to betray me, are you? And Bane's like, nah, bro, obviously not. And then you go, hey, I've destroyed all mine. He's like, ha, lol, I betrayed you. Runs at you. You lock him in a case, and that's it.
Isn't there a part... Oh, no, I'm thinking of like a Riddler quiz where like you have to scan Bane's toys or something, like a bear. Bane is a bear.
Yeah, it's probably one of the riddles.
Yeah.
That's like a Bane pun because Bane sets up in the toy shop.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Yeah. He's a bit more of a tactician in this one.
Yeah,
I do like the Bane sort of that's just like in the jacket and the regular mask sort of thing. Like, and he is a bit of like a smooth talking buff guy, not just like insanity.
Like Bane that, you know, just gets a little bit of steroids, you know, it doesn't go like absolutely ham. You know, Christopher Nolan Bane, pretty good.
Yeah.
Wish I could understand him more.
Born in the Dark.
Pretty good.
Bane, yeah.
Like
so alright, so you find out that Bane knows Batman's identity and he's probably going to go kill Alfred. And you're like, okay, I better get back. And then you're on your way back, and they're like, oh my god, Firefly set up bombs on the bridge. And you're like, oh, peace, Alfred, I gotta go to this bridge. Hope Bane doesn't turn up and kill you while I'm gone.
Yeah. Batman, I want to say Batman has his priorities messed up, but I
mean, honestly, this makes the most sense.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'd do anything different, really.
I mean, if this was my mentor and father figure for most of my life, I feel like I would go save Alfred first. Especially because it's probably quicker to quickly get Alfred out of Wayne Manor than it is to defuse 4 bombs and take down Firefly.
You're forgetting the most important thing, that no one else can stop these bad guys. Only Batman can stop these bad guys. Only Batman.
Yeah, but it's like he's not going to... Firefly literally says when you get there, don't blow any of the bombs until Batman comes because I want to kill him. It's like, you could do anything you want. You could never show up and he wouldn't blow up the bridge.
That's a good point, yeah. If you just never set foot on the bridge...
You could have gone and saved Alfred first. You could have gone and defeated Joker first and he still wouldn't have blown up the bridge.
I thought I'd just be chilling there.
Yeah. Just waiting. As long as you never make sure to never use that bridge again.
You'd be like 80
you
years
just
old.
Sit there for all time.
You've hung up the cow.
Wait.
Like, you just one day forget and drive across the bridge and fly blow it
like it's on. So there's 4 bombs. You like defuse 3, and then Gordon hates you, so he like sent in the SWAT team at the last one.
Yeah, even
before you can do it.
What a dumbass decision. Like, even if you didn't really trust Batman, what's the worst that can happen here by waiting?
Yeah.
Just
I know.
like
He radios you and he's like, "Hey Gordon, I've already defused 3 out of 4 bombs. Can you please open this door for me?" And he's like, "Nah, screw you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to breach instead." And he's like, "What the hell, dude? Come on." It's
Gordon,
like he's calling you, telling you he's done 3/4 of the job already, and you're like, "Nah, you don't count up."
Later, I have a big Gordon issue later.
Okay.
Anyway, you disarm the bombs. Firefly, pretty cool sequence.
You fight Firefly. This fight is literally just throw glue grenade and then fire batarangs at him constantly. It's pretty basic.
It's all right.
It's fun in like a set piece way because there's bits where he like drags you around.
That's the Arkham Knight's Firefly thing is arguably better. Arkham Knight relies too much on car though. I don't know.
Arkham Knight, you just chase him in a car constantly.
I can't believe they relegated Deathstroke to goddamn tank fight in Arkham Knight.
Fight, yeah.
Such a disgusting move. Like,
he's a placeholder because once the Arkham Knight's off the table, they need someone to be in charge of all the goons.
Yeah.
Like, all the military guys.
Like,
that's the only reason he exists.
Backup? Like...
He's a mercenary, I don't know, I guess. Who else are you going to put in there? Like, he fits conceptually as, like, a leader.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't have any plans for him. They just needed someone to be the guy to do it.
Mate,
you know, like to
boil it down to the martial arts fight again. Just do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, they could have, yeah.
But they were like, wow.
But that's what I'm saying. They didn't have any plans for him, so they're just like, haha, tank.
Tank's pretty cool. Dickhead. Alright, Firefly fight. Anyway, you
so now you decide you might as well go see if Alfred's not dead yet. So you
get there, Alfred's like, I'm dead. And you're like,
Alfred is basically dead. He's like crushed under some rocks.
For some reason.
So Bane's like been in the Batcave, but he didn't touch anything except for Alfred. He just left everything as it was.
Blow it all up, dude. Or take
go
something.
To town, mate. Like the Batwing's there. Like, do something to it.
Anyway, Alfred dies.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, Alfred literally dies, and then you, because terrible comedy villain Electrocutioner was killed earlier, you can then save Alfred with his gloves.
Alfred!
Alfred, you can't.
Don't add me to the weight you carry.
Come on, damn it!
All units, code 10. Repeat, code 10 confirmed at Blackgate Prison. Suspect identified as the Joker.
You're going to be all right.
Yeah. Apparently they work perfectly as a defibrillator. Sure.
It makes sense to me.
Sure.
And this is where, like, the trope completes, whereas it's like, so Alfred was like, you can't be Batman, you suck, you're the worst. And then you save his life, and you're like, oh no, I can't be Batman, you were right. No, I do suck, you almost died. And then, of course, Alfred's like, no, you must be Batman. Screw what I said earlier, you must save everyone.
What an absolute piece. I had something else to say. I don't remember. Oh, Christ. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. So this is the very, very end. So you find out that Joker's escaped from Blackgate after approximately 90 minutes. It's like, At this point, like, why do you bother calling the GCPD, Alfred? Just like, I don't know. Batman needs to keep these people himself. Like, clearly, you know, if people are averaging 90 minutes in prison before they escape, it's like, I think we need to do something else. We need to think about other options.
It's stupid. It's so just. Why did no one at all, you know, like, you think they would make exceptions to the rule? Just electric chair Joker. Just like, and I mean, I think
he tries.
I was going to say, he tries that
by himself.
Just like, just get rid of him. Just get him gone. Like,
yeah. What would Batman do if someone that he got caught got given the death penalty? Would he have to save them?
No, because
but if he hadn't have arrested them, they wouldn't have got given the death penalty.
Yeah, you're right.
So it was actually on him. If he let them murder other civilians, then he wouldn't have got the death penalty.
I mean, yeah. Imagine if Joker just
he needs to now prevent people from committing crimes while not arresting them and letting them run free.
Is Batman the one that has the line where, like, oh, if you kill a killer, the amount of killers in the world stays the same?
I don't know, but I have heard
like,
that before.
Bro, if Joker killed 10,000 people, I think you were absolutely justified.
Yeah,
I don't think you're doing anything wrong here, buddy. Like,
yeah, that is an interesting moral. Maybe Batman would just have to break everyone's limbs, like, to the point where they couldn't move. They're, like, paralyzed forever.
Isn't that the whole point of
therefore
injustice?
They couldn't commit crimes.
Like, Joker nukes a city and Superman's like, nah. It just kills him.
Yeah, it just kills him.
Superman absolutely in the right. Like,
yeah,
he goes a little overboard, but Superman's absolutely in the right there.
That's apparently a Superman heel turn, but it is clearly not.
That's the best decision Superman's ever made. I mean, yeah, Joker killed like Lois Lane and their unborn kid, but like, good on you, Superman. Anyway, this is the Injustice podcast.
Yeah.
So we're back at Blackgate.
Yes, you're back where you started at Blackgate.
Yep, because cyclical.
Harleen's there at the start. She just sort of is there because why not? Like, there's no real reason for her to be in this next part.
Joker? And she's like, oh, he's down there, waiting for
in
you.
The Panopticon, which I'm not really sure what a Panopticon is.
I think. No, I can't say that. I cannot say that because I've been so good this episode. But I think panopt, in some sense, means like eye. I think.
Okay. Yeah. Well, optic.
Yeah. So.
Pan is as in all. Let's break this down. All.
So. Pan, opt.
I don't know what con is.
I know panoptes is a Greek mythological creature. The figure is known for having generated the saying "the eyes of Argus." Anyway, I know.
Something about seeing.
It's
just a room. Like, isn't it just this room where he?
Yeah. I'd imagine the Panopticon. Well, it is. It's literally like that room where like all the cells are around it in a circle, so you can see.
I thought that was just called the cell block. Like,
no, but isn't the Panopticon is the thing that can see all the cells? Then, right? That would. I guess that would make it like the all-seeing sort of thing.
Yeah, the all-seeing eye. I
there
guess.
We go.
All right, we go there.
We broke things down to language. Good on us.
Yeah. This is the grammar podcast.
Yeah. This is
the
linguistics.
Etymology.
Isn't etymology trees?
No, that's.
Oh, I'm thinking like
entomology is insects, but it's etymology, isn't it?
Etymology.
I think etymology is the study of words, right?
The study of the origin of words.
Etymology podcast. Yeah, this is the etymology
welcome
podcast.
To the etymology podcast.
I have a dot point here that just says Deathstroke. I'm not going to ask us to break that one down because I'm not sure why it's there. I think you just see him at some point. I think you just see him sometime before you get to the Panopticon. He's just like in the cell. He's just in the cell, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds probably right.
I've written it down.
Deathstroke the type of like son of a bitch to like keep himself locked in a cell while everyone's out riding.
Well, we know he's in there doing push-ups when Wallace shows up.
Classic Deathstroke.
Yeah. He's a respectful mercenary. Like, if he gets arrested, he at least has the decency to stay arrested.
Yeah, he's like, damn,
for a while.
My ass. I'll take it. Whatever.
And this is where we get to the like Joker's main event plan, which is the whole electric chair thing, and I'll let that play.
Let him go.
I understand you. You had a chance to let me die, and you didn't take it. I bet right now you're wishing you had. I've killed a lot of people. I brought the city to its knees, crippled the police force, and it's not even time to unwrap our presents. Ship it!
Let's do this.
Okay. So, what our friend Bane holds in his hand is a heart monitor. Once he clamps it on, every beat of his bacon little heart will charge the battery on this electric chair. And when it's fully charged... So either you kill Bane...
No, I won't kill him.
But you will. You will fight me with all your resolve, or you will die. Someone is going to die. You, me, or the clown. The question of which one of us it is in your hands.
Yeah. So I actually thought this was quite genius the first time I played it.
Yeah.
In terms of like
if Bane...
a test.
Batman has to kill Bane, otherwise... If he doesn't, Joker will die by electric chair connection.
Yeah, there's an electric chair that Joker is in that's attached to Bane's heart monitor. So the only way to stop it from charging up and killing Joker is for Batman to kill Bane, or Bane will just kill Batman, obviously, if he fails, like sort of thing.
I mean, I know you're bringing him back. Well, okay. So you fight Bane.
Is this the bit that you hate the most?
Yes. Yeah. You bring him back. I mean, you kill him, and Joker's like, oop. Looks like you suck.
Coolio.
And he runs
then
away.
doesn't he shoot Gordon, but Gordon has a bulletproof vest on, right?
Yeah. So why even bother?
Is there a bulletproof vest gimmick earlier in this game? I feel like that was a callback, but maybe I made that up. Does someone have a bulletproof vest earlier in the game?
I don't know.
Actually, it is a call forward, though, because there's a bit in Arkham Knight that I won't talk about where someone gets shot and then it's like,
yeah.
But that's not real. I guess it's not really a bulletproof vest. Anyway, moving on.
Yes. This is my most... This is the bit that annoyed me more than any other bit in the game. Earlier in this scene, what's his name? Bloke that runs Blackgate, our black friend.
Joseph, you said last time.
Yep, Joseph or whatever his name is. He's held hostage by two goons. They're like, oh, and Gordon rocks up, and they're like, we're going to kill him. And Gordon's like, nah. And then Gordon shoots these two men, killing them. Anyway,
this
continues on.
Killing them? Does he kill them? Is it confirmed?
They're dead. They're absolutely dead. This continues on, and then Batman's like, oh, I'm going to go get Joker. I need your help or something or other. And Gordon's like, I don't know if I should help you, a killer. And he kind of looks into the camera. And
I didn't notice that.
What?
I'm going to quickly... I'm going to bring up my cutscene video that I've got up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Gordon kills these men, and then he's like, you killed a man. You killed a man. You disgust me, you idiot. And then I'm like, bro, you just killed two. How am I a bad guy here? Anyway, so nothing annoyed me in the game more than that. I hated it. Gordon's a hypocrite, and I hate him.
So while I'm looking this up, anyway, so because comedy villain Electrocutioner gave you his gloves, you again get to solve more problems.
Yeah, remember when you brought Alfred back to life? Oh, wow, remember way at the start of the game when Electrocutioner's like, I will kill you and then restart your heart and kill you again. Anyway, you do that to Bane. You bring Bane back to life, and he's like, oh my god, I am so mad at you. Bane super roids himself up.
Yeah, so he was already doing Venom, but now he's doing Titan.
Somehow,
and of course, literally 2 seconds before they revealed that he knew your identity, there was like a
there's a throwaway
audio log or something that said,
using this might make memory
cause
loss.
his memory to go. Yeah,
you're like, interesting.
All right, I'm about to see it. Here we go.
Okay.
No, they both grab their knee.
Oh.
It's fine. They both grab their knee, and then the warden cuffs them to the railing.
So, as I said way towards the beginning of this podcast, it seems that things are justified for Gordon.
Yeah, they both fell down and grabbed their knee, and then the warden handcuffed them to the railing, so they couldn't get involved.
Props to Gordon for being that accurate. Good on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gordon's not an arsehole. There we go.
Gordon's morally justified.
Yep. Gordon is right to chastise you for killing a man.
Yeah, for killing a man. Even though, like, the police have shot at you many times.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, are they hoping to incapacitate you? I don't think so, bro.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're pretty indiscriminately.
I mean, the whole in-game reason, they're crooked. Everyone's crooked, so that's why they can get away with these things. Like, I don't know, pal. Whatever.
Yeah.
All
right. Where are we up to then? So you revive Bane.
Yeah,
Bane's roid powers,
which makes absolutely no sense from like just a like conservation of mass perspective. Where does all this muscle come from?
He just swells to like 3 times his original size.
Where does it come from, bro? It's
spontaneous muscle growth, right? So he probably needs to eat a big meal after this to make up that energy. He's probably really hungry because he's just burnt all the energy in his body. That's probably maybe he wants to eat you. Maybe that's why he's like so looking for you so furiously.
Bane's into vor.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, so Bane punches you through a wall or something, and then you hide
through the floor, and then you end up in the cells area.
You're like hiding in grates and stuff to make sure Bane doesn't like eat you. And then when you gotta like pop out and kick him into electric things.
You jump on his back and ride him, and then into electric fences.
There's a bit of a stealth section. You can stealth him. Yeah. You can stealth. You don't have to jump on his back,
What? Oh, no, yeah, but when you do, when you get behind him, you jump on his back and run him into electric things.
I punch him in the face.
Right?
Anyway.
Okay.
So you do that, you're like, damn, I beat Bane. And he's like, nah. He punches you through a wall, and then conveniently he runs directly to you, and you super electrify him, and then...
Yeah, you remote claw him into, like, some generators, and then he gets stuck, hung upside down, and then, like, at the end, he, like, yells, like, something like, "Oh, Batman, I'm gonna get you, Batman," so that you know that he's forgotten your name.
Idiot.
Because I think he called you Wayne or Bruce earlier in the fight when he wasn't super roided up. So then, conveniently, yes, he immediately, after finding out your identity, forgot it. Forever.
Good job.
Imagine how the world would have changed if Bane just didn't do Titan or whatever it is. Super Venom.
Don't do drugs, people.
If Batman's identity was revealed in year 2 instead of like at the very end of like the whole thing.
Yeah, this is the best anti-drug campaign I've ever seen. Actually, I don't know. Are we pro Batman here?
Does Bane also in this fight somewhere? Doesn't Bane do the classic backbreaker as well? Like,
yes, he does.
I think he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does like everyone have to do that now because it was done in a movie, or like when it's Bane?
Bane did it. No, the movie copied the comics, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
but like,
yeah.
I guess like everyone has to do that. It's just the Bane gimmick. He's doing the backbreaker.
Bane
even when like
Batman's
in the movie,
back.
at least it like broke his back and put him out for a while. Like he just does it as a setup move.
Well, yeah, because in the comics, Bane broke his back, and then I'm pretty sure Azrael came in and was Batman while Batman like was recovering. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah. So anyway, you then like hoist Bane up upside down because you are the strongest man in the whole world.
Apparently.
Bane is huge, and you're like, all right, no worries. You hoist him up.
Yeah, it's basically like trying to lift a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is it's an advertisement for like the like industrial mechanics, like levers and stuff, because you have a hoist, right?
Sure.
And that carries the weight for you.
Sure.
If you've got the leverage, you can lift things that are much stronger than a normal man.
For sure. So yeah, you then chase after Joker.
This is the bit where Killer Croc randomly shows up.
Oh, that's right.
Well, who's trying to shoot you? Is it someone trying to shoot you?
Some sniper guy. It's just a sniper.
Yeah, just a random guy. You
see-
could have made Deadshot in this. Like, he's not going to get you. You could have. I mean, obviously, you've already arrested Deadshot at this point, but you could have gated that mission so that you couldn't complete it until the end of the campaign.
That's fair.
The end of the Deadshot thing.
Yeah, because old mate Joseph or whatever his name is like on the ground. He's like, "Oh, there's a sniper," and you're standing out in the open. You're like, "Huh? What? A sniper? Huh? Oh!" And then Gordon rocks up out of nowhere and beats the crap out of him with a baseball bat that he also must have just gotten from a goon.
I guess. And then you have to fight with Gordon.
You would want to buy
fight.
stocks in baseball bats in Gotham. Like...
Yeah. Well, Batman breaks them all, though, so you have to keep buying more.
Damn. Yeah. Batman's working for big baseball.
Maybe that's how Bruce Wayne made his fortune. Selling baseball bats to goons and then breaking them over them.
Anyway, you eventually find Joker.
Yeah, in the chapel, yeah. I'll play most of this because it's an interesting confrontation.
Oh, that's... It's so... What a night! Fresh off the kill, and back for more, eh?
Bane's still alive.
Now that's not funny. All this... Is all this for you, or for me? You must know I'm a lost cause. But there's... You just can't get it through your thick scalp. We both exist because of them!
Give up! You've lost!
That's why you do it, isn't it? You like the way it feels. It's what you need! Come on, baby. Beat me till your knuckles bleed. Why quit there? You know there's only one way to stop me.
Any one of my guys would have killed him.
The city deserves better than that.
You know, my daughter thinks you're a hero. But I still have to bring you in.
Gordon, come in! What's your 20?
I'm in the chapel. We got the Joker.
Son of a bitch. You caught him. And how did you do that?
I had some help.
The highlights are that he's annoyed that you didn't kill Bane. Obviously, that's part of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have played the bit where you just beat him up constantly for like 20 minutes straight.
God, that bit's good though. Such a good bit.
With it, like, and it's like you do like 20 punches and then it's like slow-mo punch, and I'm like, okay, that's over. And it's like, nope, we're still punching him. Slow-mo punch.
You legitimately probably put 100 punches into this bloke. Like, you beat the shit out of him. I do not know how he would be dead. He would actually be dead. I do not understand.
And then at the end, as I guess just a bit of symbolism, like you get you're beating him up, and then you get a view from his perspective of you as like the demon creature, bat creature thing. But I mean, the whole thing is like,
Joker
we're the
loves
same.
it.
They made us. Blah blah blah.
Joker's like, wow, you get off on this. Like, I'm just a guy that's angry.
And then at the very end, at the very end, at the very end, you beat him up. Gordon comes in and he's like, I'm still going to have to arrest you. Oh, actually, this is a bit of continuity that I don't like. He's like, I'm still going to have to arrest
Let's
you.
rewind a bit. We forgot a main character. You're on the bridge with Firefly, and Brandon rocks up to stop you at one point, and you punch him.
Yeah, you beat him up.
Once.
He tries to punch you once, and you counter it and beat him up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just in case the audience was curious about what happens to our
Brandon,
secondary antagonist. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so Gordon rocks up and he's like, I'm still going to have to arrest you. And then literally, Bullet calls him on the radio and literally he doesn't even look away.
Peripheral.
He doesn't even look away.
Yeah.
The camera looks away.
Yeah.
The camera changes perspective. And he basically doesn't even turn at all. And then he looks back and Batman's gone.
I don't know how Batman gets away so quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like... it's things that they do in, spoofs and stuff where, they turn around and you just see the guy running, oh, Jesus.
Anyway.
And then, so he says, I'm still going to have to arrest you. And then... he sees that he's gone, fade to black. Gordon starts his epilogue spiel with, I'm not sure why I let him go. I guess it was because of you, Barbara. And I'm like, what? Excuse me?
No.
You said you were going to have to arrest him.
No, he's like,
He's like, no, I let him go.
Yeah, no. So, Gordon's like, gotta take you in. Oh, silly me, I'm getting a phone call. Looks at his phone, sees Batman just backing up, tiptoeing away. He's like, man, I sure hope Batman doesn't leave right now.
Okay. Except you hear Bullock on the radio. That's the only...
They were both in on it. They were just doing a bit. They were doing a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know why I'll let you go because Barbara, you think he's cool and you need hope and all this stuff. I don't know. And so now, everyone loves Batman. Alfred loves Batman again. Gordon loves Batman. Everyone loves Batman.
Except, the goons.
Joker loves Batman.
Joker does, actually, yeah. Joker loves Batman. Every cop in the city. Oh, no. Most of the cops are alright with you, I think.
Well, now Gordon's the next commissioner too, so that starts to turn the GCPD around from here.
There we go. Credits.
And then the credits, Joker sings have an interview. Is it? Oh, yeah. Does he have a song in this one? Yeah, he does too.
Joker sings a song.
Joker always sings a song.
Yeah, you get the interview from Quincy Sharp.
What's his name? Is that he either does the interview or not? Or is it just a random guy?
I'm not sure. But Jack Ryder? No, Jack
Ryder. Yeah, it might be Jack Ryder. It might just be a random guy. But Quincy Sharp's like, oh, this Blackgate, it's a piece of crap. This prison sucks. So you know what I'm going to do? Build another, theoretically, the same prison.
Who voices him? Have we... I don't know. I feel like we talked a lot about Batman at some point. I remember going through all these voice actors at one point. Yeah, I
don't remember.
Tom Kane.
But...
Didn't Tom Kane... Give me a sec. We're...
Okay.
This is the Tom Kane
Yeah,
podcast.
so he's basically like, man, this prison sucked, so let's just build a theoretically identical prison somewhere else, and I'm sure that'll work.
This one's for exclusively insane
This one's
people,
exclusively for the super crazies. That'll definitely solve the problem. And yet there's still a lot of, generic goons there in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
I don't think these are all the super crazies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, the super crazies...
There's a heap of generic goons there.
Yeah. So...
And they all have their crew. It's like, hey, we're the Joker crew guys. It's like, did you really deserve to be in this super special prison?
Yeah, what makes you more messed up than Calendar Man? Does Calendar Man belong in... he's just kind of like...
Calendar Man, is Calendar Man in Arkham? I think he is, right?
Yeah, I think so. Don't you talk to him at one stage?
Oh, maybe not. No, I was thinking of Clayface, who does
you do see
Quincy Sharp.
You see Calendar Man's cell in Arkham Asylum.
You do, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You could, visit it at different points in the actual real-life year. And...
No, that's in Arkham City.
Is it?
He'll talk to you.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking.
In Arkham City, he'll talk to you underneath the courthouse.
Okay.
No, I was in Asylum. I was thinking of there's a cell that has Clayface in it, and he just changes to be different people that and talks to you, and being like, "Please let me out of this cell." That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
All right, have you got any info for me?
No.
All right, I'm going to start talking about side missions. So the side missions, quickly, what they are, and, Enigma missions, obviously we talked about them. Anarchy just has bombs. The Barbara gets you on the Penguin caches. There's a Mad Hatter one. I didn't actually do any of this.
Yeah, because
you come out of the sewer at one point.
You were very cordially, you were very cordially invited to the party.
They do the classic thing where they try to sync singing of voice actors that clearly didn't record it at the same time. So it's like completely out of time. Shiva's is a side mission where she basically challenges you to do stuff.
Yeah.
And you do it. And then I guess she tries to beat you up.
There's I remember ages back. There's an achievement for beating Shiva without taking damage or something. And because I didn't do any of the side missions here in this one, I was but I didn't get it on my first playthrough, and it absolutely pissed me off. There's a Deathstroke one as well, I'm pretty sure, which I don't know if I got. Yeah.
Black Mask has drug caches. There's the Deadshot one where I don't know, for the most generic of the contract killers, this is his job, is to do hits for contracts, for bounties. He really doesn't go about it very sensibly. He doesn't even try and shoot you randomly. He shoots a helicopter near you. I don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be very direct. For the contract killer.
Yeah, that's a good point. What's his?
Now, I can understand why Killer Croc might have an unconventional way of claiming a bounty, but this is literally the dude's job.
Isn't his whole shtick he never misses? I don't know, pal.
Yeah, well, he was obviously going for that helicopter, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
You were right next to it.
You could just shoot Batman in the head.
The thing is, he does miss his target because he misses his target all the time.
Oh yeah, he's garbage.
I believe you saved Jack Ryder from him in Arkham City, and he misses. So
yeah, I think you then say something to him about it. You're you moron.
You suck. In that, when you fight him in that bit, it's if he sees you, you die. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there's also there's another secondary antagonist whose name is Bird, who's just some guy that has chemical weapon stashes around. I guess he's one of the Black Mask lieutenants. And then the last one is one that you don't unlock until you completed the campaign, which is just Gordon's just hey, there's a bunch of random prisoners that escaped from Blackgate. Can you go beat them up? And he's you're yeah, cool, let's do it. And that's it. So if you completed every side mission before you completed the campaign, they'd be haha, endgame content, let's go beat up some thugs.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, it's time for reviews and etc.
Oh, God.
So the game got I didn't actually write down the total score, but I believe it's a 74 on Metacritic from memory. That was the same for the PC and Xbox 360 version, which indicates mixed or average reviews. The highest one of the highest that I saw is a 90, and it says there's definitely some retread going on with Batman Arkham Origins, but the combat, the relatively good story, B-list villain aside, so that's B-list villain singular. So
wait,
not B-list villains. They've written B-list villains singular. I guess they're just calling Electrocutioner. At least the rest actually seem like they're a threat.
Yeah.
You could say Electrocutioner is as we said, a D-list villain at best. But
yeah.
Then they continue. The powerful feeling of being Batman in video. Well, they've also written video game signature. In video game form. Okay, that makes sense. Don't worry.
Yep.
Has only muted my enthusiasm for the franchise by the smallest of margins.
Oh,
it was a terrible reading of that review by me.
It'll do.
And then I've also got a lower one from Riot Pixels, which is actually, I just thought it was funny because of this, because they've got most of it as a quote from Arkham Origins producer Ben Matz. So they've written here in quotes, "You don't want to be the guys who messed up and ran into the ground, one of the absolute top-rated franchises of all time. You don't want that at the top of your CV. Yeah, I'm the guy who turned a 96 into a 60. That's my claim to fame," said Arkham Origins producer Ben Matz a couple of days before the game's release. Turns out they did exactly that, 65.
Oh, no.
So that was basically that was a cutting review from Riot Pixels.
That's a pretty good book,
and
though.
now I've got to rate it. I think...
Yeah,
I think this is okay. I think this is a solid 6.5 out of 10. I say 6.5. I wanted to say 7, but like I can understand how it's like it didn't do anything new.
Here's the thing.
I'm going to give it a 7. I've changed my mind. 7.
Oh, okay.
That's what I wanted to give it originally.
I don't think it's as good as like a lot of other games in terms of
all the other Arkham games. I give like 9,
Yeah.
basically at least.
comparing to A, other Arkham games, B, other video games in general. This isn't groundbreaking. There's nothing super memorable about it in terms of like score that you haven't heard before. You know, gameplay, whatever. Visuals, whatever. The best and most important thing about this game is like character interactions, but I don't think it's enough to like carry the game solely for me. So I'm giving this game a 5 out of 8 assassins hired to kill Batman, which works out to be like a 60-something, 62.
That's a 60, basically, yeah. Actually, when you mentioned the music, I did like some of the like how they sort of tried to mix the sort of Batman style music with the Christmas music.
Yeah, I did like I'm thinking particularly the final cutscene ish with Joker, where you encounter him in the chapel, and it plays like some Christmas song. I don't know. Yeah, it's fine, but it's like, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah,
not a bad game by any stretch, but not the best game we've talked about.
Oh yeah, it's just like, as someone who really loves Arkham, it's just more Arkham. Like, that's all I wanted, really.
Yeah,
that's all I could want. It's more Arkham.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Looks like that's the end of this episode.
That's our last episode for 2020.
Yes, it is. We're discussing what we're going to do next. I don't know. We're probably doing something about Cyberpunk. It might be a bonus episode, or it might be a. Yeah, I'm at 23 hours and I've barely done any main story.
Absolutely not that much. I'll tell you what, no spoilers. No, I can't say anything without spoilers. Not happy. I think, I think you know what.
Have you finished Act 1 yet?
Yep, I am. Yep, I have.
Okay.
Yep,
okay.
I'm happy.
I'm sure you're probably. I think I know what you're on about. Yep. We'll talk about it off recording. Anyway, yeah. So we don't know whether that's going to be a full episode where we go really deep into that. We got 2 weeks, or if we're going to do something else. So you stay tuned to find out.
Yeah.
Apart from that, you can follow us on like YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram,
anywhere
at Past Play Gaming, wherever Past Play Gaming. YouTube, you'll have to go to the link. We might be up in the searchability by now. I haven't really checked. We have a few subscribers, not many, but
give us more.
We exist more than we did at the start. Yeah. I did like one stream on Twitch. I don't know if I still want to, if I'm going to keep doing it. I've got weird things happening right now, so I don't know what I'm doing. I might be there. You can follow if you want. If you want me to see more, go follow it, and then, you know, if I don't do more, you won't get any notifications, and then you'll inspire me maybe to do more.
You're not losing out on anything.
If I feel people want to actually, if I don't stream again, then you won't find anything out, and you won't get annoyed. But if you know, you'll inspire me to stream again if I think that people actually care.
That'll do.
Look at that.
There we go.
Anyway, with that, I've been Matthew.
I've been Ben. Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas from us at the Past Play Gaming Podcast.
Happy Hanukkah, whatever.
Yeah, Merry whatever you do.
And Happy New Year. We'll talk to you in the new year.
We'll talk to you in the new year again with our next episode. All
right.
See you then.
Bye.
I keep asking myself why I didn't bring him in. And I now know the truth is I let him go because of you. Because you believe in him. I don't know. They put me in charge of a station full of rotten cops. And I can't change them. Any more than I can change this damn city. Or at least, that's what I used to think.
Stop his heart. That is funny. Good one, Bats. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Maybe I can give them something to believe in. Maybe he can give them something to believe in.